got this Deep Elf Berserker we've been working on. Session number 3 today. I think that we'll be done. I don't really intend to take this into 15 runes, you know. We've got 2 right now. I have clarity. No, I noticed that because of immunity to confusion. I just didn't say anything about it. Because we have enough magic resistance to be immune to all sources of confusion anyway. Except for, I guess, Tarantella's. Not that that really matters. What's up, Tony? But yeah, if you look at say Golden Eyes, you'll see instead of a percentage or 0% or whatever, you'll just see immune, and that'll tell you that you've got clarity. I actually distinctly remember seeing that and just not even mentioning it. It's not really that important of a mutation if you've already got a lot of MR. Anyway, oh, that's cool. You get to see it live then. Yeah, so for the first time in a very long time, perhaps the first time ever on a decent melee character, we got crushed by the Royal Jelly, used a ton of consumables, and ended up having to bail. Unfortunately, my usual kick-ass strategy just didn't quite work out. So we're here in we're here in Vaults, trying to get some experience and whatnot. Tony says, tried that Centaur Replacement's charge. It's an active move that jumps you over an enemy doing an attack and is faster than just walking. Oh, I think the original version of that had you rolling slowly, like the old boulder beetle. At least that's how it was described to me. That sounds, yeah, that sounds less bad. Well, hold up. When you say it's faster than just walking, like, it's not a blink, right? It's not instantaneous. It still takes a few turns, right? Because if there's like a number of 3 spaces in 1.6 time, I could see the use of that. I just try to avoid using abilities that make me lose control of my character, you know? Just trying to get familiar with the skin. It's been a few days since I've streamed. We have a lot of good swappables. Yeah, this looks like the right stuff to wear. I'm not... Just gonna try to make sure, yeah, I'm not immune to things with, as far as like my magic resistance goes. It says 4 pips, but I'm at the lower end of 4 pips. That'll change as I level up with my Deep Elf MR. But once that happens, I'll just drop this ring of MR, I suppose. And we can just get all the MR we'd ever need from the Amulet of Rokage. Feels like a bloat crawl meme. Yeah, it really does. It really does. Good to see you in the stream, by the way, doesn't he? Always nice to see a friend in here. Anyway, I'm gonna try to play carefully. I say as I berserk. We burned just so many resources trying to kill TRJ and apparently failing. We don't even have any blink, so... I mean, we're not like totally worthless though. We have 5 might, we have 2 haste. I mean, we can do some stuff. This just looks like it's gonna be a character where I'm gonna have to probably... Oh, hello. I'm probably going to have to do Crypt. I need a racial ability to move me closer to monsters in this game where every monster moves closer to you. There's like 2 that don't move closer to you. The Blink Burn and the VOD was inspiring. Yeah, I mean, I was essentially playing almost like speedrun fast. It's really just Orb Spider, isn't it? I feel like there's one more. I mean, anything with baddie movement kinda sorta moves away from you. Okay. I think if I mirror him, Trog will... I think Trog actually won't let me mirror. Oh. Okay. Even though he casts spells, Trog doesn't mind. How curious. Once upon a time, Trog would not let you copy anything that casts spells, although... Well, no, these are real spells. They're not like supernatural spells where they're immune to silence. As you can see, it says affected by silence. Yeah, that is, I suspect, a change from them messing with Phantom Mirror to make it a rechargeable consumable. Okay, let me see. 5 potions of heal wounds. We should be okay to just fight him without buffs. If I just acid him, we reduce his AC pretty low. You doubt that would have changed it? Well, it depends if they messed with it while they were, you know. Okay. This should be good enough. My 2 beasts. Best not to screw around with Menace or take any chances. The acid went away. Try again. Okay, we got him. Guess I'll make a 3rd beast. He is successfully confusing them, unfortunately. There we go. God damn. Some hard work there. Oh, it's the same as Mara's spell? But in the code? That's new on me. I didn't know that. Interesting. Alright, there's a U-Demon Blade. We're already playing as Mr. Axe Deep Elf, you know what I mean? Whoa! Freezes you 2 exclamation points. Such a thing possible? I have RC+. Must have been like a max roll. Really need better defenses. But, you know, it's pretty cool that Mara's dead. Or excuse me, it's pretty cool that Menace is dead, I should say. That means he won't show up in an uncomfortable spot. This Deep Elf is demanding Shield of Ignorance. I mean, he could use a bigger shield. Remember, he's only got a +0 tower shield right now, and while that's a decent amount of shield, like 15 could be, or excuse me, 24 could be a whole lot higher if I just enchanted it up. But, I mean, it is what it is. We haven't found anything else. I can berserk all this. Oops. I don't think Adort is awake right now. He's the one who requested this run, but that's cool. He can check the VOD later. I think he was mostly interested in seeing the new stuff in Trunk, and he didn't want to actually play Trunk, and I have a suspicion we're not going to see anything else new unless I manage to accidentally kill myself with the timer. Whoa, hey, what up? What up, Jory High Roller? Okay, we'll do that to silence him, and... Okay, well, there it is. There is an example of the file not silencing somebody. Yep, there's an example of the file conveniently not silencing someone. I was told by Wisewolf that it always silences people if you press dot on their head. So now I've verified for myself that doesn't always happen. He's not, like, flying or anything. I don't think that would help. Why would it silence him? Because of the drown, the new effect. Oh, are you saying because vampires don't, he's breathless. Well, the file mechanics, it applies this, it applies a debuff called Waterlogged, which, as best as I can tell, is a completely new debuff. And I suppose there might be an exception for breathless guys, I guess. It's incredibly dumb. I wish I had old file, although I've been trying to find good uses of it. But yeah, that could be the explanation. Gonna have to look at the code for that, I guess. Hadn't considered that. Assume it would work like water elemental engulf. Well, if it does, then he is immune. I swear this has changed. Like, under Trog, we didn't used to be able to copy dudes who cast spells. So I could be LCS'd, which is why I'm making friends here. In fact, Phantom Mirror is, that's how Phantom Mirror works. It always summons strange guys. No, it's not a coincidence. It summons a, if you read the tooltip, It says that it summons a guy who is less powerful than the original guy. Alright, we're looking up Jory with the bot here. 3D 37. Okay, so 97, 104, 111 possible damage. He could one-shot me right now. Not good. Not good at all. I think I might have to burn a silence just for safety's sake. Because I could move up and that would be guaranteed for a turn, but I think I'm willing to burn a silence. This is kind of the perfect situation for it, you know? Just to be safe. Don't want to get one-shotted, do I? What's this now, doesn't he? One of the most obscure parts of Krull's divine conduct is that many gods forbid the player from using certain allies. That's not really obscure. Trog hates magic and spellcasters. That's, curious. I mean, Phantom Mirror didn't previously make things hostile as Trog. It merely made it so that you couldn't. It would say Trog forbids you from mirroring this monster. By the way, I should not have berserked here. This was incredibly brain dead. We were locked in with quite a number of things that could have done good damage to us. It originally made them hostile? Okay, and then they changed that. Okay, there's no Convoker here, so I'm more willing to berserk. Slow. Trog forbids it was a kludge to prevent you from wasting resources. See, that's sort of annoying because there were reasons to want to pull in a hostile guy, even if he was magical. Again, I shouldn't be berserking. This is a little bit of a madman play. Just saving myself time, really. Normally I would be afraid of Mr. Sphinx paralyzing me, but we have like a million magic resist, so... Some weird other consequences to this commit. Like what? You can use Horn of Geryon while good aligned, it just gives you penance. Could you? I've never tried to use while good aligned, I just assumed that that's how that worked. He used to summon hostile. So you're telling me the Hellbeasts are non-hostile? You would think they would see your holy aura and get pissed off. See, this is what I'm talking about, though, is like they want to streamline everything to the extent that it makes the game so sort of soulless and boring, you know? If something is even slightly complicated or might require you to do a little bit of reading or some intuitive thought to understand it or to anticipate it, like, no, we got to get rid of that. We got to make everything as streamlined and boring as possible. For me, that's not really that fun. I mean, I'm on board with trying to avoid things that are super spoilery, but you know. Well, you think they changed the game not to improve it, but to leave their personal mark upon it? That's 100% true. I mean, gone are the days when DCSS had any kind of design philosophy, you know, that they were actually sticking to. The document still exists, but they don't follow it, you know. Okay, I'm just trying to see if there's anything I want to do before going down here. See if I've missed any artifacts, just in case. Yeah, there's rings and stuff in the slime vault, which we unfortunately don't get to do just yet. hoping I find some artifacts soon. I was just thinking, because there's because we've revealed crypt, we could go ahead and go into crypt, but we don't have any resist negative unless we... Hey, thank you for the follows, you know, long C. I want to have resist negative if possible before I go into crypt. It's kind of horrible if I don't have that. I guess I could buy that ring and swap it on. We'll see. I'll finish out vaults. Vaults is going to be pretty straightforward no matter what, so... Let's see, is that... Okay, we're going to throw on Trog's hand just to be sure. Also, I shouldn't have zerked here because there was an ogre mage who could have... LCS'd me at any moment. Oh, man. Damn. I gotta fear this stuff. Yep, this is why you don't berserk, my friends. Almost like some dicks were chasing off people who were interested in improving the game. Yeah, that's the thing, is like, this whole nepotistic thing where you only hire... well, not hire, you only include people in the group, the top level group, as in the people with keys to the GitHub. You only give it to them if they're like your best buddy, or they share the same politics as you, and then you kick everybody else out who isn't as rabid a supporter of whatever, you know, bullshit you believe in. No, that's fine. Language is fine. What, did my plugin automatically censor something? Shouldn't be taking this staircase. There's 2 ogre mages. I could get double LCS'd potentially. Okay, we got to our men delay on axes. Let's use up this manual. Take a different staircase for safety. But yeah, I mean, if it wasn't obvious to everybody that DCSS's development is directly in the toilet, it should have been ultra clear when they delayed a tournament for political reasons. That's a joke, you called them dicks? Oh. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, sorry, that's a little, I remember that now. I had just forgotten. But yeah, I remember that. Isn't that the reason why the head developer banned like 8 more people from using Beam? Just like, talk about being thin-skinned. Oh my god, someone said I was being kind of a dick. I better freak out and have an aneurysm over it instead of being an adult and you know, behaving with dignity. Hey, Oren, what's up, man? Beam is an info bot run by the head developer of DCSS. Okay, this is bad. We just got rotted and slowed from that. Stupid shapeshifter. I'm gonna berserk to counteract the slow, and then we'll just go up to the stairs. I have 22 curing. I'll go ahead and burn one. Why not? Just to get the rot off. When someone says I'm being a dick, I reflect. Yeah, that, whatever's required for reflection, it's not in these people, I assure you. They don't... That hardware is not... That software is not installed in their operating system. Any capacity for self-reflection is just not there, man. If anything causes them to want to self-reflect, they just ban that thing or person. That's the DCSS developer way. Shit. This guy's hasted. I'm slowed. Probably need to burn a telly. I hate to burn... no, I don't want to burn that. I only have 3 left. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Well, I guess we could copy something, but that doesn't really help too much. Just a file of floods. As long as I can silence him before he gets a chance to do anything else to me, it should be okay. So I move like this so he can't blast me with LCS. Actually, wait a minute. We know for a fact he doesn't have LCS. He does have lightning, though. We do not have our elect unless we swap to this dumb little sword. So he could start zapping me right now. Rechargeable mirror is kind of crack. Yeah, it's certainly something. Yeah, let's pop on the short sword just to be safe. Okay, and then we will file this fella. Oh, he just dies. That's cool. It's cool with me, even though I'm slow. We're doing okay. Any of these mages could have lightning bolt. By the way, here is a UI change that I despise. Have you noticed that when I go into examination mode and I press the old V, have you noticed that I see the shit on the ground below the mage? I mean, it's nice, I guess, but you had access to that before via a key. There's a hotkey that I don't remember what it is actually. If you really needed to know. And I guess it is nice that I can see it, but it's adding an extra key press in combat when I really just want to see what the dude can do. And I'm finding myself kind of annoyed by it. I guess there are good things about that change, but I mean, I'm finding it to be more annoying than helpful, personally. Mostly because I know that a keyword already, or a hotkey already exists, you know, to get to that stuff if you really want to. Ordinarily, I'd be being a lot more careful about this Convoker, because he could have summoned basically anything on my head. But this isn't a street game, so I don't care too much. Of course, I also wouldn't be berserking. Did Twitch change its font? Twitch is always changing stuff, but I don't really know. Gosh, a lot of haste lightning bolt ogre mages. It makes me really concerned. This character really badly needs our elect. But thankfully, we can just silence things, you know? Okay, so Jobo's over there. So Jobo is, despite being a Tengu, I guess he's not swift. So we should be able to just walk away from him. He's got the ability to airstrike and lightning bolt me and just do a ton of damage. Yeah, I mean, there is an Arlek, I guess. It's just that it's really not the kind of Arlek that I want. So Jobo is swift? Oh, okay, now it's built into the character, I see. It says he covers ground quickly. I don't know why they changed Jobo, King of the Tengu in mythology, into female, despite the fact that it's a real character from actual mythology. They just gotta, I guess they thought it was like a good political thing to do. I will not go along with that. We could copy him. Yeah, but yeah, he is swift. It's been a while since I've played a full game of DCSS, so little things like that'll pass me by unless I check the examination screen again. What do we want to do here? Lightning Rod actually takes him down pretty quickly. He doesn't, despite the fact that he hits really hard with an electric sword and casts Lightning Bolt, he's not resistant to electric. Replace Sajobo with Mummy-G. You know, if that's a female character for mythology, I'm cool with that. Or like a homegrown character. I don't think it's very clever or interesting to you know, swap the sex of something and say original character do not steal, so to speak. That seems like something an 8-year-old would do. And you know, it's like, oh my god, I'm so clever. Like, no, you're not. A Tuhu meme? I see. I'm trying to decide if I want to fight this stuff or not. I know there's a frost giant behind there. There's a demonologist behind there, which is very scary. I don't want to burn teleport. We already burned our file, or else we would just use that. I will go ahead and copy, I think. Lightning misses me. That's one way to avoid getting hit. Okay, that didn't work out. that didn't work out. We don't have to worry about bounces because metal walls will stop the lightning from bouncing. Okay, we got a Raging Cyclops. I can be moved all around with this bullshit vortex, so I mean, I'm gonna have to teleport early and often if it ends up being an issue. Oh, doesn't he? Okay, I know who you're talking about. I didn't know the name of that character. I could just burn Silence. I do have a Blink Scroll again, but we really don't want to waste that. I guess this is the right situation for Silence. Don't want to burn Haste, even though this situation kind of sort of calls for it. Of course, silencing with this little guy around is an incredibly dumb idea because I could get moved into a bad location and not be able to teleport out. Really what needs to happen is the Cyclops just needs to take a little step to the left and just beat the hell out of Sajobo. It was really unfortunate that Sajobo sort of blinked here somehow. I don't know how that happened exactly. Maybe he got moved by the vortex. That's probably what happened. I'm just going to make friends. We're not too hurt just yet. We could take a ton of damage though, like 40 or 35-ish from the Bolt of Cold due to our RC+. And then like probably another 60 from his Lightning Bolt if I remember correctly. I'm sort of tempted to just swap to the R-Elect just to be 100% safe. Let's do that. Okay. Demonologist. Okay. Just keep making allies. You know, I have 3 short blades and 10 stealth, so he's distracted. If I wanted to do the Madman play, I could try to stab him, but that's probably not something that would work out. Let's make another ally. That was a weird graphical glitch. My Cyclops died and then for a brief second turned into a metal wall. Anyway, we have 1 lightning rod charge. That's not really enough to kill this demonologist. We got placed into a much better position, I suppose, outside of the fact that Sajobo's not really here anymore. I think I'm gonna pull another bro. Okay, this is pretty good. I want this dickhead dead. He's gonna die if the vortex goes again. I'm real tempted to like burn ammo. That would be sort of cute. We could do it. We could do ammo and then zap him. That's pretty good. Yeah, we're not seriously injured. If we were, I would be doing something to help myself with that. Okay, there we go. There's the explosion. We also have allies who will explode. And because of the new sort of easy mode changes they've made, I don't think my guys will even go hostile, will they? Even if they feel the burn, so to speak. Oh, there's Sajobo. Basically unhurt. Moderately wounded. Pretty impressive, I suppose. All of that, and I think I might have to silence anyway. Let's see if we can't melee him down. Okay, we melee him down. It's cool with me, man. Alright, that worked out. Pretty good stuff. Whoa. See, this is what I'm talking about. The wolf spider just did like two hits to me. And did a solid 24 damage total. That's just a single wolf spider. Things can go so badly for this character so quickly because my defenses just aren't quite up to par. I mean, they're good, but they could be better, you know. I guess this is that Deep Elf life, you know. If our aptitudes were a little better, we'd probably have like 5 more points of AC at this point, just from armor skill. What crystal plate? Oh, there was a crystal plate. We don't want the crystal plate because we currently have a +7 chainmail of fire resist. I don't even know if I want the GDS, to be honest. I mean, it'll fix my resistances a little further, but it would lower my EV, and it wouldn't really be that much more in terms of armor class, I don't think. Waterlogged. Well, the strength only goes so far. You still waterlogged? Oh, no, you're not. Well, this could be bad. He could just double LCS me at any moment. And there it is. There's the LCS. Okay, waterlog lasts for less time than I thought. You'll notice that I used my silence as a get-out-of-jail-free card there, but that very easily could have been a death. Again, if this was a street game, you wouldn't see me berserking really ever down here. The only time I would ever even think about berserking is if I pull things up to the floor above me, because there's just too much shit. Wow! Whoa! Getting high-rolled quite a bit today. Final Floods is inert. We have to use the silence again. Actually, probably could have died there anyway, just to his axe. Probably the right choice there was to blink. That was an impressive high roll. That had to be like near max damage on that acid blast. Definitely playing a little more recklessly than I ordinarily would. Alright, friendo. Part of it is the battle sphere was helping. Okay, check it out. Lightning rod. It's doing way less damage than I'm used to it doing. That's bizarre. We have 15 evocations, and 4 lightning blasts did not kill the Tengu Reaver. That's new on me. Just a few things this character is missing. We'll hit the stride soon, though. I think it might be time to train a little more dodging. Start training our shields up again. Get some use out of a decent aptitude, you know? But yeah, even if we don't find good items to sort of fix the character, this is a character that can really easily win the game. I mean, we've already got what we need to win. It's just a matter of not screwing up, basically. Sure wish I had a damage wand. Whoops. Whoops. Sorry, I just hotkeyed my printer to come up on a different window. What I was trying to do is Control P and see if I killed the Annihilator, which I did. This gentleman has a negative energy bolt. There it is, Crystal Spear. Just takes one, man, to take me down. Wow, File of Floods, I feel like they may have upgraded the damage when they nerfed the shit out of it. So, thank goodness for small miracles, I guess. I'll wait for this corrosion to go away. Do I need to fight? In fact, I'm gonna just heal, because again, resetting fights is the most important and best strategy, really, in all of DCSS. Why fight when you have low HP? Why fight more things than you need to? Almost everything in this game could be boiled down to you knowing when it's a good idea to pull stuff back to a staircase. got? He's got Crystal Spear, and he just did a Crystal Spear. We're really getting screwed over here in terms of these Crystal Spears. I'm gonna check Ogre Mage. His Crystal Spear is a little weaker than everybody else's. It only does 60. It does 80, 84 damage maximum. Pretty reasonably safe for me to just go up. Wasn't guaranteed. He could have potentially done it twice because going up takes what is it, 2 turns? Yeah, I don't know, Tony. You would think, but I've noticed that whenever there's a problem, like some kind of mechanical problem in DCSS that needs to be solved in some development way, the current mainline developers of this game, like if you were to sit there and think like, what is the worst possible solution to this problem? They pick that one almost every time. It feels like. No, I thought the reason why they added it was because, or at least the reason they added it so quickly, was because of the fact that someone was abusing the Zom thing. Crap. Wow, I moved, and then the stone giant moved first. We could have died there. Basically, I was trying to put the Reaver between me and the giant, but the giant moved first. Is this still about server lag? I suppose that was one of the potential issues. Drink a heal wounds just to be safe here. We have our core, so I shouldn't just get wrecked by another acid blast. Stone Giant's dead. Bro, this is incredible. I think Lightning Rod got nerfed. Playing offline is illegal. Yeah. Drink another heal wounds because I really don't want to burn my last silence. Just gonna swing. This should work. Holy shit, we're just missing a lot. He's got a buckler as part of why. There we go. I have never had so much trouble with Reavers in my life. Guess this character is just weaker than I thought. Still burning through resources. Can we accuse Meme of DDoSing? No, only people the devs don't like get accused of DDoSing. I tried to do my Apocalypse run, and you know, apparently that makes me a hacker, even though I'm far from the first person to try to do that challenge. And the fact that I put a whole bunch of delays in to try to specifically stop any problems from developing, but I mean that's the thing, is they'll just say whatever is sort of politically expedient to take a dump on people that they don't like, you know? I'm just gonna berserk down the Flayed Ghost. The amount of sort of slander that these people get away with is just kind of... I mean, if it wasn't so evil, I would almost be impressed. A little dangerous to berserk here. We could have gotten corroded and sort of just trapped in a bad situation. Alright. Not really afraid of a single Flayed Ghost. Waltz 5 should be interesting. What kind of ogre mage are you? Do I need to MO? I don't really need to MO, but this is sort of... By the way, I want to buy this I want to pick up this condenser vein. I didn't realize one dropped. That would be nice here. Anyway, I don't feel too good about berserking my way through this fight. No, it should be okay. Yeah, it does have an icon now. Sadly, this is the LCS ogre, as always. You know what? We're just gonna... Hey, where'd he go? He's gone. He blinked to make my life harder. Copy him. Have fun, brother. I'll berserk here. Okay. Pile of floods. He's waterlogged, and we kill him. Having repeatable silence, I do have to admit, is good. Particularly on this character who is having a rough time with casters due to his lack of resistances and overall bad defenses, especially dodging. 18 EV just really isn't enough. I mean, it's doing something for me, but if I could get that higher, I'd be happy to do that. Should have probably not taken this fight while berserked. No Storm Dragon scales, not that I would wear them anyway with my +7 chainmail. Scarf of Invisibility, hell no, I want the AC. They should just replace File of Floods with Cloud Pies. Yeah, they do love adding, you know, nonsense randomness to the game, so I suppose it wouldn't surprise me too much if they did that. This will be an interesting vault to do. 2 Titans, a Freezing Cloud Airstrike Ghost. I really want that vein. From what I understand, it's overpowered as hell. But we don't want to fight Titans, particularly without Aralek. Amazing. Let's finish out the floor, I guess. Oh, hello. Good. Killed him before he could convoke. Let's go up. The hell is this thing? Oh, it's one of those, okay. Is that just a resprite of the lightning rod? You know, it really would not surprise me if they were that lazy. We'll take a closer look here in a second. What do you got? Lightning bolt. We should be okay even without resistance. No, this is a resprite. This is a resprite of the old rod of metal, or whatever the hell it was called. The shotgun rod. Yeah, that's what that looks like to me. Rod of iron. Yeah. Actually, you know what? It might be a resprite of the uncharged Rod of Lightning, now that I think about it. No. What the hell am I doing? Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Arlek. Yeah, so I let this Convoker summon, and you know what Convokers can do? They can pull dudes right out of this little vault. So they've sort of done me a favor, but not really. I could burn a telly to get out of here, yeah. Safer. What you got? Bolt of Cold, Crystal Spear, telly into the vault. I'm trying to avoid using resources if I can. He cannot Crystal Spear me, so we cannot die right now unless I get hit by a Titan thing at the same time. Actually, this is great. I'm totally fine with having a hasted ogre next to me, blocking various attacks. I don't want to say that I can't be hit by him, but it's probably just exceptionally unlikely for me to take any damage. What am I doing? Put my weapon back on. Oh yeah, we have boots of running as well. I had forgotten about that. They're really showing off their power, you know. The rods had randomized sprites, did they? I forgot about that. I think we should be okay with if we berserk with an ally. Bro! Your defense is not that good. Here we go. Give me that vein. So let's take a look at the old description. I've never used this before. Magical device condenses ambient energy into destructive clouds, blah 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 blah. Form around hostile items near the user. Hostile monsters near the user. Lethality of these clouds, these clouds increases with the evocation skill. So it's one of clouds, except it puts a cloud. I think it's a 3x3 grouping around each enemy. Oh my god, it can make acid just like the Wand of Clouds. It's hilarious. I think this means that you cannot safely use it next to somebody. You know what? We're gonna find out. Okay, it will not spawn on your own head, even if something's next to you. That's nice. Okay. Okay, I bet you I can berserk this guy down without Aralek. I think I kinda... Yeah, I was gonna say that was the most likely thing to succeed without making me use resources. It could have led to my death, though. The vein is not any of the old rods. Okay, I stand corrected. Boo! Didn't want lightning clouds, although I guess it's okay. Lightning rod is an obvious edit of Rod 08, which makes sense. Yeah, well, sure. Hey, that worked out. I explored the floor again because I didn't want to deal with titans on my way back up. Alrighty, now here's the moment of truth and judgment. Do we go down and try to cheese Vaults 5? No, Power Made Flesh. Evo is not a god skill. Oh, you mean, is it good? Is it really good? Evo was always really good. And yeah, it's still good. I would say it's worse than it used to be. No, I think that is what he meant, Tony. I would say that Evocations is less good than it used to be because now Evocations does not give you mana as you train it. And Sack of Spiders has been removed, and they had the audacity to say that it wasn't a good item. You know, it was actually the best item. So that means that's a big nerf to Evocations. There's a lot of wands. I think I want to buy some wands before we try to do this. I might even buy that stupid Trimmer Stones thing, even though it's horribly unreliable. Maybe. I want some Ice Blast. More than anything, I want some damn Ice Blast. I guess we could try to do Slime again. I don't think we really have... well, I'd like to get some more nets, let me put it that way. Let's just go down. Damn it. Alright, so the most unlucky thing that could have happened did happen, which is that we have a Vault Warden just right here in the entrance. So I can't do my up down shenanigans that I like to do. I have no way to kill him really quickly at range, especially through enemies. So we're gonna go back up. Okay. Give me the Ice Blast, I guess. I'm in a weird position. This character feels a whole hell of a lot weaker than I'm used to at this point of the game. Need to drop some crap. Disto can go away. Our poise can go away. We could farm Abyss right now. This character is certainly capable of doing that. Okay, instead of AC, we are just going to wear the positive energy, because I would like to be pro-cold for the entire time that I'm in Crypt. We're going to do Crypt real fast. Okay. Scroll of brand weapon. Nah. I have a lot of rings, but believe it or not, I want all of these swaps. Except for the secondary pro-cold, we don't need that. And this is one of the many reasons why we like to wear resist negative in here. Because even with resist negative, we just got to yellow drain. Zerking down a gold dragon simulacrum is not the wisest thing I've done in my life, but it's fine. The clicking. Yeah, please enjoy my mechanical keyboard, my friends. It's true, we kill him fast. Not even bothering to wear these broad axes. I'm very happy with Flame. We'll check them later when we're ready to do Zod, I suppose. But as it stands, there's almost... well, you know, whatever, we'll put them on. Wait a minute. Haha, can Trog even give Vorpal anymore? When is he gonna already broad axis? That's a great damn question. Perhaps never. 2, 3, 4, 5 scrolls of enchant weapon. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. Draining. Nope. Just to see if we can get a Vorpal one for the sake of killing orbs of fire and stuff like that. But fire +9 flame broadaxe is perfectly legitimate, I have to say. What? Oh. Okay. I forgot there's a dispersal trap right next to the staircase. It's really something. I'm very confused on what the hell just happened for a second there. Got a lot of digging, that's nice. Glad I didn't get flayed again there. I was gonna say I might have to go back to the staircase. What a strange thing to be playing a Trog Deep Elf and not swapping. Of course, swapping Trog is not really an option if you are playing for win rate, since he can paralyze you at any moment, really. There's ways to game the system a little bit with regards to God Wrath, but very hard to pull off properly. Okay, that's floor 2. 126 hit points fight. Well, I'm mainly concerned about... well, ever since I got paralyzed with a pack of Caustic Shrikes on screen, I just decided that abandoning Trog is simply not something you can do safely. Because there's always the chance of that happening. But there's also the fact that he LCSs you. Wow, so we go down, we set off a trap immediately. And it's a Mark trap. Oh, hi, Mark. So we know that everything's headed towards that location, so we go down a different staircase, and hello, it's more shit. That was on the way to come see me. Could traps spawn on staircases back when traps were real? No. No, that is what is known as a dungeon fixture, I believe. And dungeon fixtures, there couldn't be two on one tile. I don't feel good about going down that staircase again. It's too much crap. I probably shouldn't have been doing it to begin with. You can eat like 75 damage from the Ancient Champions. Alright, I still hate the fact that this tile changed, because number one, this tile looks like shit. Number two, it kind of messes with my ability to say, oh my god, it's a huge, terrible threat, you know? Yeah, this tile is among the worst tiles I've ever seen. It looks like somebody dumped some fucking, like, cyan paint on top of... I mean, if you look really closely, it does look like a skull, but I don't understand what the hell is going on with that neon ass. Yeah, does it have hair? Is it like a Tumblr enthusiast? It has, like, bright ass light bluish hair. The expression, yeah, he's like grinning at you, but it's not really in like a creepy skeleton kind of way. I like the old tile. It also doesn't really fit with the game, you know. A lot of this is like a huge thing when things match in a game. It feels real good. I was talking to my fiance the other day about a relatively you know, newer game compared to, you know, some of the old like Nintendo type stuff, Stardew Valley. You know, a lot of people say that when you look back at certain Super Nintendo games, it's all nostalgia is why you remember them as being good. But I think what it really is, a lot of it, is just the way that it's everything is congruous, you know? So in Stardew Valley, the music fit, the art fit, even the goddamn fonts fit. Everything was like cute and upbeat, and even when there were like sad parts of the game, like it kept the whole sort of theme of what was going on in Stardew Valley. And I think that when you have tiles like this in DCSS, kind of the same as, God, what's his name? What is his name? Just Potter, I think? Yeah, the way they changed this tile just doesn't fit in DCSS. It's so sort of, I guess the word is brushy. It's probably a more accurate word for it, but it just doesn't fit with all the other crap in the game, and so your eyes kind of pop out at it, and you're like, what is this doing here? I feel the same way about this tile. It's just too bright. It's just kind of, it just pops out more than every other tile. I don't know. It also just looks silly. Anyway, we do need to be careful with this guy because he can have my hit points. Don't know where this dickhead came from, but he's gonna die. Just gonna keep stair dancing. He's gonna summon stuff. I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna go up. Okay, he came up with me. Is it less silly than a cursed toe? Yes. Now, the cursed toe is like a silly idea, but it's meant to be a joke. And this tile, I think this, I mean, yeah, it's a goofy tile. It's a toe. But I think that matches with the rest of the stuff in DCSS. And yeah, as Doesn't He says, it's silly intentionally. Like, this to me doesn't pop out as something that just doesn't belong in DCSS, visually speaking. Spawns in literal Clownland, yeah. Alright, what do you think, guys? Should we berserk and be madmen, or should we play this the right way and lignify? I'm going to lignify because I have 7 of these things, and then we'll berserk. That way we can't be tormented, yeah? Easy enough. Okay, we have an Ancient Champion who, again, can do 75 or 150 damage to me if he's hasted. And he was with a Flayed Ghost, so I just bailed. This is horribly, horribly dangerous. We could have easily died there to that exact Iron Shot spell I was talking about from him. Lig AC and Body Armor AC is the same for me? That's weird. Lignify gives a whole lot of AC, I suppose. Oh, God. This is real bad. This is real, real bad. I can go Tree Form, and I think I'm going to have to. It's just that I'm now very susceptible to LCS. It's just Stone Arrow, though, but, I mean, there's 2 versions of the Ancient Champion. One has Stone Arrow, and one has LCS, and the Stone Arrow one is slightly less horrid. You're looking at 76, 77, 78 damage from the Iron Shot, potentially. And from Stone Arrow, it's 63. Still quite a lot. We should be okay to Berserk. Tree Form Berserk gives us a nice solid 283 hit points, so we get to LARP as an ogre, I suppose, for a few seconds. What was that? Yeah. Here's the thing. You're immune to negative energy as a tree. You are not immune to being flayed. So if the cursed skull brings out a flayed ghost, you might be in trouble. Every Iron Giant spawns with 3 of them. Yeah. People don't seem to understand that that's potential for an instant kill. I mean, granted, they don't get to act on the turn where the hell effect summons the men, but after that, you know. So I treat that as like a top tier, horribly dangerous situation, because you're looking at whatever 78 times 3 is as far as damage goes, and then also, on top of that, the Iron Giant damage, which is even more, you know, than one of their iron shots. But yeah, we wouldn't be berserking these guys down on a streak game because there's just the chance of them owning me. Clear some of this out. Pull this up. This was dubious. This choice to berserk and then go up. Even using this staircase is very dubious, considering how much crap we know is around it. Let's go up. Considering the mark trap that happened, you can reasonably expect for you to be doing an awful lot of stair dancing. Hey, this is the joke lich. I do not have our poise, so the poison arrow is not entirely useless. Let's throw on the poison resist instead of our cold. Hey, capybara, capybard. So you like a capybara who plays music? Trying to learn this game, but the tiny laptop screen is making your eyes hurt. Yeah, I've had people ask me to change the resolution, which is harder than it sounds on web tiles, because you can do it in game, and it will sort of mess with the sizes of everything and not quite look right. So sorry about that. However, if you have any questions for me, even if it's not about this particular run, I am totally happy to answer anything you have. Just let me know. I'll berserk this down again. I wouldn't be doing that in a streak game, but I just really wanted that guy to die. This would have been kind of a horrific adventure if I hadn't picked up resist negative before coming in here. Okay, I walked backwards to get the slow gone. Sadly, that death curse just made me slow again. Fortunately, I have stealth, and so that ancient champion just kind of lost track of me repeatedly, which usually is more of an annoyance than anything at this point in the game. Yeah, Crypt, I always joke, and it's not really a joke, I always say that Crypt is a free branch, and a lot of the time it is, but sometimes it's not, especially if you haven't found any resist negative. You've got a serious issue usually if you come in here without resist negative. Now if you're like a TSO guy, then it's a super free branch, I suppose. I used to say it was like a... oh, damn it. This is a problem. I'm slow, he's hasted. Boo. I guess I'm gonna burn my last silence. Whoa, you are just hitting me. Yeah, they're not slouches in melee, are they? Okay. Sadly, I can't use my file to waterlog him. They don't care. So I copied him. I think I might step away now. I cannot do anything with my invocations because I'm silenced. Okay, good, he's dead. Box of Beast bailed me out there. Not playing very carefully today, I have to say. That was definitely a situation where we could have had some issues. Forgot their melee is no joke. Particularly since my my defenses are not amazing. hand axe with Aralek. Well, that's better than the short sword. I could potentially do some damage with that, I guess, if I'm forced to wear it to get Aralek. At least it's in the right weapon class, you know. Don't know what book he has, but we know he can't paralyze us or anything, so we'll just walk on up to him, bearing in mind we no longer have silence, so we don't have our get-out-of-jail-free card versus this guy, and File does not silence him because, again, he doesn't breathe. So we're going to use the condenser. We're going to create the exact worst kind of clouds. I'm just going to swing on him. We're going to see what he casts, and it's a crystal spear. Okay. There it is. Damn. That means we have to burn Blink to be safe. It's not even a choice. He was not fucking around, man. 2 corrosive bolts in a row. I swear the AI has gotten smarter, or maybe I'm just rolling poorly. I'd have to check the numbers to see if it was possible for me to die there. I guess I didn't have my Arcor on, so it's not impossible. Not likely, though. I had an awful lot of hit points. It's not even an ancient lich, man. Yeah, when I'm playing, if I'm trying to play on a street game, you'll notice I'm on Malcolm Rose Tourney right now. I'm not on Malcolm Rose. Oh, Jesus. Could have died there. Haste. If I'm on Malcolm Rose, that means I'm on my 50+ streak or whatever, which means that I will always assume, no matter what, that the worst case scenario will happen, and that's how I have done a 54 streak, and can keep going. Yeah, baby. Alrighty, let's have allies handle this dickhead for us. It's well worth the piety. Okay, we're marked. Which gives me a really good excuse to go the hell up. Berserking here was maybe a mistake, because he does have he does have an electric whip. But I figured we'd kill him faster than he can kill us, and that is what happened. Try to go up. Hey, it worked. This guy could have shoved me off the staircase. But he didn't, because I'm too much of a Chad. What did we just find? We just found a slightly better ring. Watch your YouTube videos, got my first 15 rune win watching your Mibu guide. I hear that a lot, actually. Apparently my Mibu guide is pretty good. I think it might be one of the most watched DCSS videos on YouTube. I guess it's like a series of videos, but it's nice that I was able to make something that people found to be useful. It's too bad that the devs decided to deplatform me and take my content off the sidebar of the subreddit because they decided they didn't like my politics, you know? It's really a bizarre thing to do, just like denying the player base useful content. But that's what happens. That's what happens when the people with power are not very good people. Alright, let's wear these gloves. Just a +1, not strength, not dex. What do we got here? And a D&D group. Ah, okay. the old D&D group where you have to spend 20 minutes not really paying much attention because the other guy is taking his turn. Spectating crawl, playing D&D. Yeah, dude, I used to do stuff like that when I had a D&D group. Sadly don't these days, but those were fun times when I did. Alrighty, RN plus, Ent plus 3. We don't need that. I'd rather have the Dex plus 4. Okay. So, this was not really a haul. You know, I was expecting at least one item that I cared about getting, and I guess the Ring of Amelioration is okay, but nothing really game-changing here. Sad to say. This may be one of those incredibly rare situations where I feel like going into depths before getting my third rune. It doesn't really happen often at all. In fact, I may want to farm Abyss a little bit. I don't know, though. I feel like we could probably kill TRJ at this point. We only have the one net, but we got Tremor Stones. Or excuse me, we got Phantom Mirror, I meant to say. Got Haste, we got Might. I really would like to have more nets. Tremor Stone is like a really crappy version of Scattershot, which is harder to use because it just sort of hits random enemies on the screen instead of being allowed to aim it where you want. For some reason, the people who make this game think that it's a better game design to give less control to the player. It's very strange. Okay, yeah, normally I would not go into depths because there's always the risk of getting shafted or something, but we've got 3 Blink, we've got 7 Telly, we got 3 Haste, we got 7 Might, got an Invis, I suppose. Perhaps most importantly, we have 17 Dig. So even with a really bad Telly or a really bad shaft, we should be okay in here. Oh, hey, it's my boy Nicola. Hello, my friend. Oh, there he is. I knew I should have put my Arlec back on. Should be able to just melee him down like this. You know what? I should do best practice here. I should either silence him or use my Box of Beasts. Hey, Injured Sepia, thank you for the sub. Appreciate that. Nice. Okay, so best practice if you can't silence him is you do want to make allies, and I didn't do that just out of laziness, but technically this can do like 263 damage if it hits you just in the perfect way. Even if you have Arlec, it still does a good giant chunk, maybe above 200 still. That's really rare for that to happen, but if you want to make it almost impossible for it to happen, you make allies and then it has more shit to jump to. It's not just straight up jumping to you, between you and him. But we just got to cheat and silence him, basically, so that's fine. Oh, it's Acid Grind, okay. Hope you enjoy your D&D session, by the way. If he casts it, he will delete himself. That's true, but you can still take the... You know, that's not much help if you're dead, you know, after he casts it. Alright, we're going to wear this. We're getting just bad lucked hard enough this game that I would like to have our core all the time. And I don't have to wear that ring ever again. Sure wish we had more enchant armor. If I could wish for anything in this game that wasn't like a Randart or something... Yeah, no, I know. I understood what you meant. You're the guy that was in my Twitch chat talking about being in a D&D game, right? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so our AC is only 29. If I could wish for anything, it would be enchant armor scrolls. I don't care about the lack of unrans. That's not that uncommon, and I can't complain about loot, really, because I have found... one exceptionally good artifact, which is this amulet, even if it's not an unrand. And the hat's really not bad at all either. All in all, the loot is, I would say, middling to maybe even above average this game. But enchant armor would be really nice. Like, our AC is just not as high as I would like it to be. That's okay. We're gonna have a grand old time in depths. This is... Again, something I almost never do because Depths just has a lot of really dangerous stuff in it. We just got Force Lanced. I could use a Trove. Yeah, we could, couldn't we? I could go do Elf too, I guess. I never I never did the Hall of Blades, and there is a non-zero chance of an artifact being down there. What's all this then? This is working out, I suppose. Except I'm getting hurt now. Let's bail on this. We are just as fast as these guys, I believe, because of my boots of running. Guess I gotta worry about the secret turn count clock, you know, doing all this stair dancing. Who knows how much time I have left, and that is the main thing that I hate about the latest version of the game. Just a really bad idea. I have really no way to gauge how long I can safely stair dance in this game anymore. Okay, we are slow, and this guy can do a shocking amount of damage to us with Force Lance. Also, we can't silence him. So, hey, Ninja Joe! Thank you for the sub.
Do you at least like the new magic changes or not really?
To answer your question, I'm gonna have to say probably not really. Kind of depends on what you mean. I mean, I'm sure that there are a few things that I like and a few things that I dislike. If you're talking about positional magic, I think in general it could have been implemented a lot better. Oh, the hunger part. No, I don't like that. A lot of people complained about hunger. And yeah, it could be annoying from time to time, but sometimes the thing that's slightly annoying is the thing that makes for an interesting mechanic, you know? Oh shit, I just let myself get double zapped. If something hits a crystal wall and is ice or fire, it can double zap you. Whoops. I just memed myself, basically. So yeah, like, one of the most interesting experiences I have in DCSS, one of the memorable ones anyway, is how different races have different sort of feeling to the game itself. You know, so Spriggan's really good at certain kinds of spell casting, but if you go hog wild with that without training enough of the spell casting skill, you know, you starve. Gozag characters are more motivated to train spellcasting than other characters, again, because you're not getting chunks, so you really want your spells to be hungerless if you can. Spriggan Berserkers, you gotta be careful about berserking too many times, you'll run out of the permafood, and so on and so forth. And unfortunately, that change, I think, just makes the game a little less interesting. It's kind of just in line with this whole streamlining thing. The amount of training you need to prevent miscasts also got made more extreme. Yeah, I do believe that is what happened. Oh, you have a Wand of Ice Blast. Hello. I'm going to disintegrate you just so he doesn't get a chance to use any charges of that. Hey, we have the triple shop vault. What is up? Okay, none of these amulets or rings look interesting to me. Yeah, miscast. I like the old miscast system better, even though it was admittedly pretty apocryphal, I guess would be a word for it. Like, there was just a lot of things that could happen, but I think it was a lot more fun than the way it works right now. Especially since, like, you can just sort of get sent to the abyss unless you get something down to 0% if it's in the right schools. When the devs notice their cabin is flooding, they fix it by removing a wall. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, Tome is a very different game than DCSS. Alright, third shop. I think we've been memed, guys. I don't think we found anything useful. Super rare to see 3 shops and not find anything that you want. But it is what it is. Oh well. I guess there's this Ice Blast Wand. I'll get more charges. Alrighty, how about this, you guys? How about this? There is an amulet here. It's the Brooch of Shielding, which has Spirit Shield on it now. A really good shield, or a really good amulet. Buffed, even. but I'd rather have my amulet of MR++. Yeah, our amulet is simply better than that. There is another ring here, but it's not an artifact. Frimble's Ghost sure has a lot of EV. Gonna want to swap to resist poison versus him. And of course there's an Ancient Lich here who can, you know, we really don't want to tussle with Ancient Liches right now, because, guess how much damage Ancient Liches can do with their Crystal Spear? It's, 144. We don't have that much hit points, partially because we're frail and partially because we're a big wimpy Deep Elf. In fact, I think it's time to start drinking. And we drink, and the mutation takes away our frail and gives us a good mutation. Also took away clarity, but we have enough MR that doesn't matter, so that's cool. We have exactly 144 HP now. So if we get a little bit more, it'll become safe to fight Ancient Liches, I suppose. Well, imagine me doing like air quotes when I say the word safe there. It's not really super safe, but I won't get one shot at least. Open, use vein. Tempting. Tempting. I'd probably dig before opening and make myself a little hole to hide in. I would really like to have silence, though, if possible. God, I've burned a lot of silence scrolls today. There's honestly, there's not really a good reason to do that vault, you know? There's nothing in there that I really want, considering that we have a better amulet, and that jade ring, you know, whatever. I'll use more resources than I'm getting. Really, all I'm going to get that I care about is experience and the Scroll of Teleport. We could do hell real fast. Let's see if it's an easy hell. This is kind of a lame hell, I think. Well, I would really like to be able to... I'd have to probably get all the way down here if I wanted to make this easy. And then dig into a wall. Open floor hell is no fun. I really prefer the one that's like got a chamber in the center, because then I can dig and make myself a little kill hole and hide like a coward, you know. Only 3 heal wounds. These goddamn pigs just pull everything to the center. One thing we can do is like go in, go out. But now we can't do that anymore because there is a T-Mons who revealed himself. So I go in, I'll get constricted immediately and eat like two Reaper hits, you know. Quite a lot of damage. So if I go into hell again, I'm gonna make a little note to myself. I'm gonna annotate, say to use teleport first. I put exclamation points, so if I try to go in, it's going to stop me and say, hey, do you really want to enter? You have to use teleport first. I think that's probably the way. I would really like to get Garyon's horn, I have to say. Certainly something I'm going to do before the game is over. God, this is so weird, the fact that I haven't killed TRJ yet. This is interesting. Can you have Force Lance? Yeah, you can. Guess let's just tab. He blinks. Does that tell us anything about his books? No, they all have blink. Just enjoy these guys sort of killing themselves with my reflect. Should not have berserked. You know why? Because he has Force Lance. Alright, forget this staircase. That's ugly as hell. Let's go down this one. Hey, this looks clean. Whoa! Flashing because of the slime creatures. I would like to fight 1 million slime creatures. Just give me all the experience in the world. Reavers are now less scary for me because I have our core all the time. Dodging is now 20, EV's up to 24, pretty sick. Yeah, let's train the horrid -2 aptitude thing some more. I want to get fighting to 20 so my HP is kind of less horrible. And of course I want to get shields up so my attack rate is higher. Why am I backing away from a centaur? Truly genius plays from me today. I mean, there are times when you want to back away from a centaur, that just wasn't really one of them. Oh, Berserk was ending. Nice. Dead wizard. Oh, we are slow. Do I Berserk? We should be okay to Berserk. Even against a mighted, hasted deep troll. That could have gone badly. I figured it'd be okay, though. They die pretty quick. Yet again, something I wouldn't be doing if this was a street game. Whoa, uh-oh. See those screen flashes? That's because my RC file warns me about these guys in particular. Floating Eyes, one of the most dangerous enemies in the game when he has friends. Can just paralyze you regardless of anything. Always a top tier threat. Unless, I suppose, you are a Formicid. I cannot reach him with my lightning. He can paralyze me from anywhere on the screen, but he does have to take a turn to charge up. Top tier threat with a very plain tile. Well, that's why you gotta change your RC file, I guess. There is one thing. Normally I would Ice Blast him, but we've got Earth Mage between us and him, so we can't do that. Can't do any kind of targeting shenanigans to make that happen either. But there is one new thing. I could either use the Tremor Stones, which I really don't want to because that's random, or I could use the Condenser Vein, which is guaranteed to pop them on its head, although it's not enough damage. So he could have charged up, but instead he opted to walk closer to me. He will absolutely die if I Lightning Rod him. I'm gonna let the Condenser Vein Clouds do the work. We're gonna use 10 of Tremor Stones, and it does in fact hit him. That wasn't guaranteed, I don't think. I think the eye wasn't in the clouds for that first turn. Well, he doesn't take double damage, does he? I think he only takes one set of damage. Based on if he moves or not. I'm not really sure how that mechanic works. Tremor Stones again and again. Probably a bad idea for me to Berserk since we just made a ton of noise. We are level 24. You gotta be kidding me. Okay, Spriggan Berserkers have low HP. So something like Lightning Rod with an incredibly high amount of accuracy, in fact I think guaranteed to hit accuracy, is nice to use against them. Well, that's Acquirement. I'm not sure what we would acquire. Wait a minute, I'm still thinking of old Acquirement. We don't know what we'll get, but it's a set of things. You don't get to choose a category anymore. Okay, I'll get it. We'll read it. Okay, Manual Shields would be super sick. Mask of the Dragon would be unnecessary. And we already have a very nice hat. It's +2 hat of RF plus and Dex +7. I mean, it would be nice to have the Slay, and it would be nice to have the Sinv, but the main reason that you wear the Mask of the Dragon is to fix your MR, and our MR is already great. So my instinct is that we want the Manual of Shields. Because, God, we have bad aptitudes. Wear MR, then switch to Brooch. That's an option. I don't think so, though, because if we wore this instead of the amulet, we would actually be down by 1 MR as far as what we need, even at level 27, I think. We're going to go for the manual. Remember, we're using a big fat tower shield. Okay, I guess we did have the Ring of Amelioration, which I have on at all times right now and probably shouldn't. Whoops. Making up for Deep Elf aptitudes, we really are. Also, we found a ring of enchant armor. Or excuse me, a scroll of enchant armor. Do we want to double down on do we really want to double down on this chainmail? I mean, if I do one more, it's max enchanted, I believe. Cloak of Preservation, I don't know why they're calling it that. It's just Cloak of Resist Corrosion. They're doing... I know why they're doing it. It's for historical purposes. There used to be a quality called Preservation, which kept your items from being corroded, because acid could actually reduce the permanent enchantment of your equipment, which was horrible, and that was a keyword that stopped it from happening, I believe. Okay, so this shop is just incredible. We want the summoning, we want the enchant armor, we want all the tellies. Gonna want the MO, gonna want the blink, gonna want the other tellies. But we don't have the money for all this stuff, do we? Now the Scroll of Summoning is cute because that is way better than anything really for the sake of doing TRJ, because it just fills up the area with a bunch of stuff. Yeah, we're on the same page there, Tony. You don't think it interacted with acid, so what, it stopped scrolls from burning and potions from freezing? What a bad mechanic. I'm glad that's not the case anymore, I have to say. Oh, we found the ring. A ring with RC plus, RN plus, and Dex plus 7, and MR minus. Jeez, if I had known we had that, I might have taken the hat. Yeah. Shit, that was the right call, wasn't it? Well, mistakes have been made, I suppose. Yeah, we don't have the MR to support this. Getting the shield, I still think we probably made the right choice. I just wish I was doing that without full information, basically. It's not ideal, really. Okay, we'll read the summoning. Oh, we already had a scroll of summoning. I'm blind. We have 4 blinking already. Let's take the enchant armor. And then we're out of money. Unlikely to take off the boots of running, I suppose. Although we could save these enchant armors for the gold dragon scales. It would be real nice to have our poise all the time. People think that our poise doesn't matter in the late game, but I assure you it does, because it still halves damage from anybody who can do Bolt of Venom or whatever to you, and also reduces damage from arrow, poison arrow. Well, that's just like a meme that a couple of the devs and dev friends try to trick people into believing. There's a Cloak Eager that gave both Arcor and Conservation. Interesting. Whoa, what's happening? That is a demon whose name I can't really pronounce. Okay, so I haven't used the enchant armor scrolls. I'm delaying the decision, which I suspect I probably shouldn't do. Speaking of things I shouldn't do, what am I doing right now? I'm berserking into a gigantic ass group of trolls and a guy who can force lance me. Hope I get paralyzed next to this Eden. That would be an exciting time. You know what? We're gonna marry ourselves to the chainmail. It's already really enchanted. I'm extremely unlikely to find a better thing. And I'll just I'll enchant the cloak, because again, unlikely to find something that's better than having our core all the time. Whoa! Whoops. Chainmail is great for our dodging. It is. Yes, it is. So we can make acid clouds with 15 evocations. That's nice. Really, really powerful, in fact. One of the most powerful things in the entire game. Sadly, that's not guaranteed. It'd be pretty cool if it was. BTS 1911, thank you, my friend. And welcome to the stream. Good stuff, man. I I think the verdict is in as far as the viewership goes. I get a lot more subs whenever I stream DCSS. Everybody wants me to stream the game that I'm actually good at. How surprising, right? Crap, I should have berserked. So again, there's another Force Lance guy. Basically, you don't want to berserk unless it's absolutely necessary, but you especially don't want to berserk in situations where you can be moved around, because even like a couple turns spent not attacking is quite bad. Hey, what up, Juggy? Just for my own safety, why don't we just make a copy of you? And maybe like one ally. Oh, he got the hit in. Okay. He doesn't hit very often. Let's make a couple more allies, or maybe just one. Okay, he's dead. Yeah, I gotta say, the change to Phantom Mirror feels... I mean, on one hand, it feels way more powerful than it was before. On the other hand, it was kind of nice being able to make like 8 copies of something, or copying TRJ twice even, which you cannot do anymore. Guess what? I shouldn't have done. I should not have berserked here either. Almost every single time I've berserked this game, it was not the optimal thing to do. Holy shit, this guy's owning me. We don't have our negative. Lightning, huh? Okay, let's just, Ice Blast him to death. There we go. I almost want our negative more than I want our cold all the time here. Of course, what I should really be doing is stop being lazy and start doing swaps whenever I am fighting enemies that demand particular resists. Okay, remember what I said about Lightning Rod and Spriggan Berserkers? Got one of them. Oops, see? Good place to swap, and I didn't do it. Bad job me, go to Yellow Drain immediately. 2 Berserk to change rings. Kind of a problem because he can hit me with a Bolt of Cold for just an enormous amount of damage. I think we have to go for it anyway, though. Yeah, we don't have our poison either. Shit. Hope I don't get paralyzed. I would die if I did. There we go. I don't want to walk into the poison gas. Very poison, but it will not kill me. If I was streaking, I'd probably drink a potion of curing just to be safe. Because something could walk up and just kill me like, hey look, it's a lich. What's up, Mr. Lich? It continues to feel really, really weird to be able to copy liches while using Trog. We just watched him try to cast Paralyze or something, so that was a banishment. Alright, this is the easy lich. Although easy is a bit relative, we do need to pop on our rings of resistances, poison and negative, because he has Bolt of Drain. Doesn't matter, my allies basically killed him for me. Okay. I'm gonna feel way better about this run if we can find a way to, hey! 1,000 bits! Thank you! For a DCSS request.
Inspired by these subs, I'd like to cheer for a DCSS request. Details later.
Yeah.
I can wait in the queue for my turn.
Yeah, just let me know what you want me to play and I'll put it on the list. Absolutely. Absolutely, my friend. Okay, we still lack Aralek. And we can kill these guys with Berserk, but I don't want to do it with other guys around, so we'll do it here. Uh-oh. Things did show up. Now we're slowed with a Gold Dragon. Remember, they have a Cold Breath. We're already wearing our C. I was hoping my Pokemon would sort of block him, and it kind of is. He has poison breath as well. We should probably pop that on. Okay, we did good damage to him. I bet if I bet I can beat him while slow. Yeah. I may have been a little too careful there, but it's better to be too careful than not careful enough. We melee golden dragons pretty well, I assume. Alright, what do you think? Could we go ahead and do slime? I feel like we're okay to have our rematch now. I was kind of hoping we would find some you know, some mermaids or whatever down here, dudes with nets, so we could make that a little easier. I have a suspicion we're gonna be just fine now, though. Yeah, let's go get our well-deserved loot pile, you know? I can do this. What do we got, like 9 might potions, 3 haste? Worst case scenario, I end up burning more resources, I suppose. Our defenses are much higher than they used to be. Oops, I didn't mean to shout there. We're not corroded. Hello, douchebag. We're hurt. We don't want to fight him while hurt. I will burn a telly here. BTS asks, is there anything you can do with more than 20 mutation potions? Worshipping the shining one, by the way, so you don't have that cleanse mutation. Well, if you have that many, I'm assuming you took a little trip to Sigatuvi's flesh labyrinth or whatever. Wait, you're saying greater than 20, right? Honestly, I believe it would be safe for you to just like drink 10 of them at that point and just try to get really good mutations, because if you roll the dice enough times, you can get a really good mutation set. Alternately, you can just sort of save them and be totally immune to BS happening in Zot with the Orbs of Fire and whatnot. I mean, really, it's up to you. If it's me, I often do try to get a good mutation set. Sometimes I'll save them and do that after Zot, you know, so that I know that for the Orb run I'm good to go. If you're going to do 15 runes, I would highly suggest you just save them, because you can just take a billion mutations in, what's his name? Manoleg's floor. Here we go, baby. Round 2. So we pull him where we want him. We throw the net. I would really have liked to have used resistance, but you know what? I didn't do that. That's okay, though. We have all the resistances we need. Now, if I wanted to be real cool, we could use the mirror like we did before, except that's inert. It's fine. I didn't want to do that anyway. What I want is to immediately get dudes around him. Didn't quite work out the way it was supposed to, unfortunately, but luckily for me, they didn't attack him, so nothing showed up in this spot. So what I'm going to do is... Oh my god, my troll showed up in the wrong spot. My god, okay. Well, we got lucky again. They still didn't attack. Stone Giant goes berserk. Alright, this is not bad. Even though he's not in a net, this is not the worst. Now the only question is, do I want to start swinging on him and just crushing him with my huge damage, or do I want to go ahead and use Vulnpera? You know, I hadn't thought of that, but yeah, Vulnpera would work on this guy. 15 evocations, I think, is the minimum to make that happen. We could also, if we wanted to be a huge joker, Von Poly. Something funny that I could do is I also could just use MO from here. We have RF+++, so we'd take almost no damage. We could MO and then Condenser Vein. MO didn't used to be a good thing versus him because your summons couldn't explode, but MO's been changed so that's how that works. Anyway, we'll just swing a bit. He's getting crushed. Okay. We'll go ahead and use the Vein. And he's dead. Made that look easy. I guess we just really just had a bad RNG in the last attempt. That and our skills were simply too low. Get a little more skill and it looks simple, right? Vayne just looked like Cone got Nostalgic Pro. Yeah. Oh yeah, all rings are +4 now, aren't they? Gotta streamline and make everything boring. I checked that to see what it was. Why don't they just have it automatically identified at that point? I guess it could still be cursed. Come on, good rings. Alright, okay. That's good. That's strictly better than my current AC ring. Ringmail's not worth it, as expected. Do not want a Ring of Magical Power. So, depending on what this ring is, yeah, that's not bad. Actually, that's really good. I was gonna say this was an underwhelming loot pile, but you know what? It's not. We didn't find anything that was, you know, eye-popping, so to speak, but we found a couple things that were worth switching to. And we've gained 2 different resistances that we didn't have at all times before. We're not diesel, but we're kind of electric powered right now. Yeah. No, that wasn't bad. That was not bad. I can drop some crap. I don't have to do as much swapping. I can drop this stupid thing. Yeah, no, the only thing this character is lacking now is Aurelek and maybe a little bit of defenses. He's good to go. Not having Aurelek is a little sad, but, you know, we do have it available in terms of swapping. I still don't feel too amazing about doing Volts 5 on this guy, I have to say. I mean, he's just very fragile. Yeah, he's just very fragile. I was actually about to do that exact thing. I was gonna do it as a big surprise. I was gonna rush right there and just do it. Oh, he didn't lock the door. Well, I might go ahead and do it anyway. That'll get this paralyzed guy off the table, and it'll get this guy off the table. Condenser vein first, and then ammo. Normally I would 100% not recommend doing ammo on Vaults 5, but we needed to kill this guy. No, damn it, I shouldn't have done that. He's next to me. I had a chance to go up with him. Whoops. Well, it's too late now. We've already made the noise with the clouds, so we might as well lean into it. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, let's swap to the Aurelek just in case. Okay. Probably best to go up at this point. We've pulled all the floor, I'm sure. I'll do this one more time. You know what? I don't want to pull the Titan. Let's go down. Uh-oh, we could be paralyzed. This guy just showed up out of nowhere. 72% chance to para. We do have our poise now, so it's not likely, and he probably will just miss us. There's nothing I can do that will guarantee that he... And this is one of the reasons I hate the fact that Scattershot doesn't exist anymore. If this was Scattershot and not a tin of Trimmer Stones, that would be the answer, because it would virtually guaranteed take this guy out. But as it stands, the only guaranteed way I have to not get paralyzed right now is to use a Blink Scroll. How sad is that? We could also, what else could we do? We could use a Fear Scroll, and that would be almost guaranteed. I'm just going to take the risk of pulling him up, and he does slow me. He does slow me. So he hit me. That could have just as easily been a paralyze. It's like they want to take all of the fun and powerful ways of dealing with problems out of the game, you know? I don't even want to say powerful, just like reliable is the word for it. And it's not like it was just like a no-brainer. You still had to know when to use those abilities and how to use those abilities. Anyway, check this out. This is my V5 stair dancing strategy. There's actually nothing really that stops you from doing this unless a couple of particular enemies are nearby, like this guy here. I'm gonna Zerk. That's kind of a madman play, considering that a warden could show up. But he has me constricted, so... Yeah, but anyway, yeah, unless a Timon shows up, or a warden, or a dragon can also shove you off the staircase. I just realized that because Scattershot's gone, that's one more way of dealing with Timons that's off the table as well. Just a lot of really good things. Alright, he has resisted 64% twice, but not a third time. No need to swap. I have my resistance to negative energy. I'll just Zerk him down. If I wanted to be super cheeky, I would save a Convoker for Zot to pull enemies, but I'm not going to do that. Still using... Oh, that's why I'm not doing much damage. I meant to do that. Totally. It's definitely not me forgetting. Uh-oh. Kind of a series of bad events here. Locked, and there's a Deep Elf Annihilator. Oh, thank you, BTS. Yeah, I do that because there's people who will find my game on the, you know, and they'll want to observe, and then they'll be able to see that and see that I'm streaming without me having to type it a bunch of times. Alrighty, so it's not a huge deal. We can silence this guy with File. Let's use the Condenser Vein, get these guys poisoned. He could just die before he can really do anything to me. My big problem is there's just a lot of damage on the table, even if we deal with him. Because the dragon's no joke. He doesn't care about poison clouds. This may be the time for me to teleport, depending on what happens here. Yeah, I don't hate the Condenser Vein. I think it's the fact that it doesn't land the clouds on top of you, I guess makes it less bad than I thought it would be. It's actually quite powerful. My one complaint about it is my same complaint with a lot of these dumb positional things, which is that it's less tactical than the Wand of Clouds. Because with Wand of Clouds, you could use it preemptively to deny space, but now with Condenser Vein, it only applies to where monsters happen to be standing. So I think it's a little less interesting, but it's a perfectly good item. You know, I mean, I don't hate using it. I'll say that much. It's kind of like I would say it's a better change than the Scattershot to Tremorstones thing, because the thing about Condenser Vein is it will reliably land on the enemies, you know, which is nice because 10 of Tremorstones doesn't do that. It will reliably land somewhere on the screen and maybe hit the enemy with like the edge of its explosion and then not actually kill them. All right, let's do this. Like so, the guy that I wanted to kill, you know. Yes, it was a Tremorstone, not a 10 of Tremorstones, and what it did was it like made an explosion happen along the walls. God, I could take so much damage here. I don't want to Berserk. I almost want to use Haste. I think I am going to use Haste. Whoops, wait a minute. No, I'm not. This guy's just going to take that away. Actually, this could be really bad. He could hit me with the breath and ruin my tally. What we really want to do here is just make it to a damn staircase. Now I moved like this. I cannot be blasted by the Quicksilver Dragon. This guy's still silenced. I think I'm just gonna hope the Shadow Dragon doesn't push me. And we'll go up. I just really wanted to kill the Warden. Good God. Okay. Quicksilver Dragons are no joke, man. They can just do sort of do like 60 damage to you regardless of anything and take away all your buffs, which is why I teleported there instead of trying to duke it out with him and the Shadow Dragon at the same time. Might have felt differently if I had more resist negative, but we only have the 1 pip. Let's pull the Shapeshifter up. Let's pull this guy up. Sometimes you can just wait on the Warden and they'll come to you. No need to worry about them locking the staircase. It just works out sometimes, you know? Look how much damage this guy does to me with 1 bolt, even though I have resist negative. Yeah, don't mess around with Shadow Dragons. Bolts 5 tends to have an awful lot of them too. People say that resist negative is not something that you need, and I mean that's true of any resistance really, but boy does it make the game better and easier and just more pleasant. Alright, I think we probably just cleared most of the stuff on the floor. Sweet, Trog's still giving me hand axes. The best. Let's pull this gentleman. Not too worried about that Lich. He revealed himself as the Lich that I'm not worried about. Okay, the one with Poison Arrow. We'll say this win is taking longer than I thought it would. I thought we were just gonna like fly through this session and just crush it, but that's the nature of playing a Deep Elf, I guess, and not casting spells. Again, we don't have our Lex, so pretty important for us to be a little bit careful versus things like Titans, although as long as they're alone, and I'm at full HP, I should be able to just berserk them down. Hello, baby. Nope. Every time you see a artifact plate mail, you're like, oh man, this could be so great. Then it turns out to be +0. Not quite overwhelming, you know? That's true. Not really intentionally doing that challenge. But yeah, I think we got 2 runes without training any weapons at all. The +10 short blade really let me do that. Oops. Oops. Uh-oh. Okay, that worked out. There's a great argument for not using Berserk right there. If I was playing optimally, I would be sort of slowly pulling crap back to the staircase, probably, and not berserking at all. But, ain't nobody got time for that. Not in a streak game, you know? Artifact of mundane existence. Whoa! Alright, bucko. That's where the lack of resist electricity is really coming into play. Those Reavers can still just screw me sometimes. Whoa! Okay, let's be careful. This could be an LCS guy. I'm gonna Condenser Vein and get the exact wrong one. Do I have silence? I don't have silence. I never picked any up. So one thing I really like to do versus these guys when I'm on a character where I can just get GG'd really quickly is I like to summon allies. Unfortunately, because this guy has a lot more hit dice than the Stone Giant, he has swapped positions with him. So now he's right up next to me, and I have enough, I have low enough hit points that if he is the LCS guy, I just kind of die if he hits me. So there's really only 2 solutions here to guarantee that I don't die here. One is to use a heal wounds, the other is to use a blink scroll. Out of everything I have, of course. I mean, silence would also do it if I had that. I could also use a curing, and that would almost guarantee it. I'm just going to do that. Like 144 or 138. If this was a street game, I probably would have used heal wounds. Okay, now we'll use curing again, and that will guarantee it. Oh, no, it won't. 143 instead of 144. Uh-oh. Problem is that guaranteed damage reduction doesn't really exist versus spells. Okay, we're above the magic number now. Okay, he is an Iron Shot Lich. The Iron Shot bounced off my shield and killed him. That's what you call karma. So it turns out I was worried about nothing, but you have to assume, you just have to assume that you're dealing with the guy who can crush you, you know? Reflection is a lot of fun. Okay, berserking there was probably a mistake as usual, but doubly so because he had a disto axe, which was why I was zapping him with things. Didn't really feel like being teleported. Oh, I guarantee you it's absolutely saved people's lives before. It's just not, it's not something that's guaranteed, so you can't rely on it. I bet you it saved some of my characters. Especially in speed runs, you know. Hey, another pair of boots are running. That's weird to find two in one game, and that one has an enchant, so that's a strict upgrade. Good old +0 chainmail of Aralek. Wouldn't that be nice if it was +10? Yeah. Don't even get excited. Just assume that it's garbage. Sometimes I feel like Rand Art body armors are weighted towards +0. Wow, that's another manual of armor. That's cool. A lot of manuals this game. Good stuff. Good stuff. Really making up for these bad aptitudes. Artifact hand axe. I can't imagine I care. Nope. +2 pair of gloves. There is a bias to +0. Okay. Glad to hear that I'm not crazy. Can't believe that I took this guy up to 25 shields, or am on the way to 25 shields instead of just putting on a kite shield, or a medium shield as they used to be called. I don't even have like a particularly great tower shield is the thing, I'm just being greedy. I guess I could go ahead and put on that +2 kite shield, but I'm so close I might as well just keep going. Okay. Just making sure I didn't miss anything. It's nice to be done with Vaults 5. In my ideal world, I get a +5, or excuse me, a +9 broadaxe of Vorpal right now. You know what? What am I doing? I'm playing Trog. That means I have anti-magic broadaxes all over the place. That's going to be my Orb of Fire killing weapon. No, I already used brand weapon on... Oh. Never mind, there's another one. I was going to say I already used it on that other broadaxe, so we could. I think I'm happy with anti-magic, though, to be honest. It's probably the best thing you can ask for. Whoops! Don't put me there. Whatever, this is fine. Let's dig. Let's open. Let's condenser vein. Yeah, it's the shittiest one. This guy has summon Greater Demon. How's your fire resistance, bro? Just resistant. Yeah, that was always a problem with Cloud 1 too, so I can't blame the vein for that. Just kind of the nature of the beast, I suppose. Is that the Lich? Yeah, that's the Lich. It's condenser vein. Fuck off! Bro, are you serious? The old double poison gas. Alright. Alright, memer. That's fine. We can get Iron Shotted or Force Lanced here, depending on what book it is. I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume we can melee his ass, though. Oh, there it is. Whoop. There it is. The Ancient Lich touches your Ancient Lich. Your Ancient Lich touches the Ancient Lich. Yes. Yes, touch each other. Ancient Lich enforcing social distances. Yes, the anti-COVID Lich, eh? How's Trump doing, by the way? Does he still have it? Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna Lightning Rod. The second shot in the same direction does more damage, so we kind of charged it up to hit him, but we did almost nothing to him. I understand these guys are resistant to electric, but still. I can't believe people thought that he was going to have a problem. I mean, he's the president of the United States. I guarantee you that they have access to stuff to ensure that he's healthy, you know? Like, but you had all these people, I guess the nice way to put it would be that they were anticipating, you know, something bad happening. He turned into a newt. He was cursed by those witches. By the way, what am I doing? There's this guy is, well, no, I have our poise. I was gonna say he's toxic radiancing. Immortal android body. That's based. I would vote for an android president. No question. It's awesome. Okay, let me think about this. We should be able to just berserk his ass down, although he's going to ignite poison me and it's going to be okay damage. What is this crap that I'm fighting? Oh, they're spectral juggernauts. That's why I'm getting my ass kicked. Hold up. You know what? Let's telly. This guy's hitting me like a truck. I'm just going to chug down curing potions while I wait for this teleport to kick in. This last update is like, it'll still take some days. Well, the man is 74, so whatever magical technology the military has access to is of course going to be counteracted by the fact that he is an old man, you know. You wouldn't really know it to look at him, though. I mean, he is the most spry 74-year-old that I've ever seen. Alright, so this is an issue. I want to berserk him down, but he, unfortunately, is a ghost with Blink, which, as we all know, is just an exciting time when those guys spawn in. Isn't Boris Johnson like 20 years younger than Trump, though? I think I might burn the holy word to make him do that less often. Normally I would just read silence, but guess what? We don't have it. If Trump dies, does it technically mean China assassinated him? I guess it depends on if you believe that that the virus was released on purpose or not. If that were true, I suppose the answer to that question would be yes. Otherwise, I mean, if you believe that COVID was just sort of a random freak occurrence, then no. I'm not making any statement one way or the other. Okay, so Brute Shielding we're not going to use. We only came in here because I am greedy and I wanted to pick up, I wanted to use this enchant weapon. We're trying to get this anti-magic broadaxe to be +9. I control, I went into map mode and went control F to re-explore everything because I want to find Juggy. I don't want him to show up on my orb run. That's a Sphinx. Where's the Spectral Juggernaut? I agree that adding Spirit to Brooch was not a bad change. At first I think they were going to take off, they were going to remove shield amulets entirely, and then I made a post about it, which just completely shit on the devs for doing it, which was one of the reasons I suspect that they actually, I think that made them mad enough that they put that on their list, on their naughty list, and looked for the thinnest excuse possible to ban me, you know, like a couple weeks later. but I was like talking about how it's like they have no idea what they're doing because they wanted to remove what I think is like straight up the best amulet, the best base amulet in the game on most characters. And in the text of the upload or whatever of the PR on Git, they were like, "Oh yeah, this is a bad amulet. It's not good." It's, you know, which is just absurd. You know, I think I've used Reflect on almost every single one of my Streak games where I had access to it. Just a really, really good amulet. Probably the best in the game, depending on the character, of course. Alrighty, so we're still on the hunt for these guys. Still on the hunt. Not sure why this took me on this grand old quest down to depths instead of hitting up the enchant weapon that was right here on this floor, but whatever. Straight up doubles your shield. It sure does. As a Spriggan, or anybody else with a buckler, really. I mean, even if you don't have a shield, it just gives you access to SH, which any amount of SH is better than 0 SH, you know? Regardless of the commit text, wouldn't that then qualify for their philosophy of no-brainers? Oh, if Reflect is always the best choice? Kind of. If you find Reflect in the early or the mid-game, or if you haven't had your ideal loot situation, let me give you an example. It's not always the best. It's not always the absolute best choice. It is, in my opinion, it is the best choice a lot of the time, depending on what else is happening. So just to give you an example, if I had an amulet, let's say my character was the exact same, and all the crap on this amulet, the MR++, all this stuff, I had it from some other source, okay? So my MR is covered, even though I take this amulet off. And then let's say I find an amulet, an artifact amulet that only has Aralek on it. Or I find a +5, just generic amulet of Reflect. In this case, I would use the Aralek over it. So certainly there's other things you would use first. I would value resistances higher depending on what resist it is, and depending on if I already have that resist or not. But in a vacuum, if you already have all the other stuff covered, the extra shield, I mean, it's a number going up, you know? Yeah, Faith is really competitive. Depending on the character, Faith is always going to win, depending on what god you're worshipping. Acrobat is competitive depending on what you're doing. I'm not a big fan of Acrobat, but if I'm a character who is running away a lot, I tend to like it, I guess. I don't really use Acrobat over most things, though. Put Amulet of Stasis back in? Yeah, right. Could we go ahead and do Hell now? Maybe. Casters adore it, yeah, for sure. I think I would still use Shield on the caster, though, because my big thing about Shield versus Acrobat is generally what I'm terrified of, especially on a caster, is walking into, I go down the stairs or I go back down the stairs to a floor that I've already been to, or I take a step into the black, into the darkness, and then some dude with a bow just proceeds to shove arrows up my ass. And Acrobat helps with that for sure, but if I'm like already fighting, if I'm already in a situation where I can't really easily move around, the Reflect is always active, is what I'm trying to say. Whereas Acrobat turns off unless you're moving. I think I am gonna go into Hell. I think I'm gonna pick up the old Garyon. Oh, Faith is mandatory.
Fuck you! Yeah. Fuck you! You fucking
Hey, Naughty Badger.
pussy! Fuck you!
For those who aren't aware, I set up channel alerts a while
Fuck
ago,
you!
and you can pay 2,000 points to do this.
Fuck you!
You can also use your points for more effective things like requesting particular runs of particular games. And by the way, if you guys have any ideas on what else I can add for channel points, let me know. But I made that thing as a kind of as a joke and as a test of the channel point system, because I had to build it myself because Streamlabs doesn't support it. That's called Rage. But yeah, Faith is basically mandatory on Uskawa. If you find it, you gotta use it. It's amazing. Yeah, this is Murray. Pretty rare, unique. People like to hunt for him in tournaments because you don't see him super often. Yeah, there's no... That's the other thing, is Faith is swappable on Uskawa. Okay, I don't want to burn one of my 2 holy words. I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to close the door. Do I have cancel? I have 3 cancel. Oh yeah, there's nobody who can open doors here. Alrighty, we are going to lignify, and maybe I'll get punished. Naughty Badger, thank you for the sub, man. Appreciate that. Had
Malco for ye.
Well, we're gonna unlig when this guy is dead. That's what we're gonna do. I had considered that the Reaper would be a problem, but I know I can get out of this whenever I want to, so... The fuck? What's happening? Oh yeah, I'm being flayed. Alrighty, well, you know, I wanted to avoid using Holy Word, but it looks like the situation is such. He decided to put a dude between me and him. Mr. Spectral Emperor Scorpion, who's not dying anytime soon. I could just sit here and... I could just be a super Chad and try to Tremor Stones a lot. I used Acid Wand because I wanted to, 1, take his AC down, and 2, just kill him, but... yeah, it is what Holy Word is for. At the same time, Holy Word is an amazing resource for the Orb Run, and I hate to use it if I don't have to, but I think you're right. Okay. Garyon's here too. I forgot that Murray has just Turbo Chad HP too. 161 versus 52. It's like 3 Curse Skulls. You can almost kill a Curse Skull, like, instantly with Holy Word, but not Murray. Not Murray. Resistant to electricity. 102 flay damage from this Flayed Ghost. Ordinarily, I would not try to kill the Flayed Ghost. I would just go for the Summoner, but I may have to kill him to get my HP back. That's a lot of HP missing. Gosh, this is tough. We could Brother in Arms, I suppose. He'll die pretty fast, though. What's the solution? I think the solution is just a Lightning Rod. Oh, here we go. Okay, we're gonna kill the Reaper. Reaper goes down. Okay. Now, Garyon can slap me from 2 tiles away, so if he switches places with the Hell Beast, which he probably will, he can start slapping me. And I'm still flayed, but we can actually hit Murray now. I think that's what we start doing. My transformation is almost over, that's fine. If I kill Murray, I get the flay off. If I cancel, I get the flay off. Destroy the Flying Skull. That's not the skull I'm trying to kill, bro. We could untransform at any moment. Oh god. He doesn't want to die. Part of it is that we're weak. Not quite sure what caused that. Probably, well, I don't know what it was. It's one of Murray's summons, probably. Oh, does he just have Black Mark? He does. Wow, I forgot that. He's taking less turns than he should be, which is nice. I could Lightning Rod and try to kill the Flayed Ghost like I was going to before he left my line of sight. Not very likely to work, although he is low HP, so it might. I could 10 of Tremor Stones. He has no AC. Let's do that. Hey, my 200 HP is back. Garyon looks as sick as possible. He is not immune to poison. The poison cast is doing something, believe it or not. Can I refresh Tree Form by drinking another Lig before the Lig is up? I don't think so. Okay, he didn't torment me, so... We're a tree again. Good. And we just keep on trucking, I guess. Oh my god. Okay, I'll drink Haste to counteract the slow. I'm gonna drink Might, something I should have done a long time ago. Good god, do I want to use Emo? I've never had so much trouble with Murray in my life. I think I'm just gonna melee him. Hello, Green Eggs and Slime. How you doing, man? Welcome to my horrible Murray experience today. Finally, he dies. Alrighty. Alrighty. What to do about our boy here? Let's make a copy of him. Tree form is not going away yet, and sadly this guy has reach. Dealing with people gloating about current events. Yeah, I've seen people doing that too, but what they don't realize is that Trump is going to be just fine, so joke's on them, really. That's my ally, Garyon. That's not the enemy, Garyon. My hell piece. No, it's... The battlefield is too busy. Just waiting for the tree form to end. I don't like to waste cancellation if I can get away with not doing it, you know? That's my friendly ally Garyon, not my mortal enemy Garyon. Yeah, it's the Spider-Man meme. It looks like the two Garyons beat each other's asses, and now I have the Horn of Garyon. Normally wouldn't berserk here, but whatever. We have what we came for, so let's get the hell out of here. Toot that horn, baby. Oh, I will. You'll see. Okay, still no Aralek. No convenient Aralek, anyway. That's okay. We have 4 runes. Let's just get the win. It's going to be a little more, it's going to be a little less smooth than it normally would be on account of 2 reasons. One is that we don't have super convenient Aralek, so electric golems are going to be slightly annoying, and 2, our defenses are they're just not as high as I'd like them to be. Switch to anti-magic for these guys now. Yeah, the HP is a problem. We don't even have Frail anymore. Welcome to being a Deep Elf, my friend. We even have 18.2 fighting, but it's just the nature of the beast, really. What do we got here? Why the unknown commands? I spam escape sometimes because reasons. By the way, please go to my stream if you want me to answer questions quickly. Yeah, sometimes so the game lags sometimes, right? So you'll, that is actually a question I'm surprised I don't get more often. I shouldn't have done that, shit. Let's waste this cancellation. What a mistake. Got distracted there, I guess. But yeah, you'll see unknown command in there, and sometimes that's like, me pressing escape just to sort of make sure that nothing is going through, or like I haven't gotten ahead of myself, because if I don't know, there have been times where I've lost games where it's like I had commands queued up, and I use that to ensure that, you know, if I see unknown command or whatever moving in the chat log, that means that I know for a fact that I'm not about to do something with other commands queued up in front of it, you know? It's my bot program hitting commands that no longer exist. Yes, I'm secretly cheating. Well, part of it is like, I get that sometimes, because check it out, I'm going to press C. Uh-oh, can't butcher that. Unknown command. Because butcher doesn't exist anymore also, I guess that was an ugly thing which hasn't been butcherable for a little while because purple meat is illegal. With Boris. Why don't we swap to anti-magic for Boris? Consider Boris's ass beaten. Anyway, we will full clear depths, even though it takes a little bit of a chunk of time, just because we want to make our orb run as smooth as possible, and I might as well keep getting experience, you know? Ooh, uh-oh. Crystal walls aren't a problem. They don't, oh, that's a shapeshifter. You know how I know? He doesn't have a club. This was probably a mistake for me to berserk here because of the fact that this is a shapeshifter. It could have become anything. And again, I don't have Arlek. But yeah, these still bounce lightning. They will not bounce Quicksilver Dragon Breath if that's what you were worried about. Oh, they're pretty. Yeah, I like this. I like this floor. A little more dangerous for a lot of reasons, though, not just because it bounces fire and ice, but also because can't dig through it. Doesn't the destroy wall spell with crystal walls do absurd damage? It doesn't destroy walls anymore because no fun allowed, but yeah, it does a lot of damage. It's very powerful. Rapid decon. What is going on? That's a draconian, and we're not on depths 5 yet. Yeah, right. This Encompass Vault has a lot of weird. What the fuck? That's a new kind of stone wall. I don't hate this. That's very simple, but I bet it looks nice next to glassy doors. They did not remove wands of digging, but they I think the head dev excuse me, I think the head dev was saying he wanted to. Better hydrate here before I get COVID. All this talking about DCSS is making me thirsty. Okay, let's anti-magic him a bit. Yeah, they made digging incredibly rare, which had unfortunate side effects for places like slime, where you can really just get completely screwed over in slime now, as far as getting to the 5th floor goes and having access to multiple staircases. It can be straight up impossible without digging, I believe. Well, unless you want to teleport around, which is real dumb. Ring of the Demon Prince. Hello, Annihilator. Lead on RNG. Yeah, right. Tries to LCS me, he fails, he tries to LCS me again, and he reflects it on himself and dies. Pretty good stuff, baby. Shocked I'm not level 27 yet. We've taken the long way through this game and killed an awful lot of stuff. Full clear on vaults, full clear on crypts. Did slime, you know. Of course, the lion's share of the experience in the game is, what the fuck just happened? Oh, shafted. I'd really like to have Arlek for this. Damn it. Save myself some time here and some trouble of being next to a guy that has the old lightning breath special, yeah. There's a Storm Dragon scale, but I don't want to wear that. No, sir, I don't want to wear that because I have a very good set of armor already. So, number one thing you want to do versus Caustic Strikes, if you can, is get yourself into a hallway. Using Condenser Vein or one of Clouds, depending on your version, is also quite nice. Doesn't he disagrees with me about this, but I insist that even though they're resistant to fire and cold are very good versus them, although I think he was talking about back when Lamp of Fire existed and I was using that on them. I just think it's nice to be able to do the extra damage to them while you're killing the guy in front. Of course, you could get something like Poison, which would, I guess, be ideal. What the hell am I doing? Let's swap to Arlek. I swear the lamp is better than you give it credit for against those guys, but I guess it doesn't matter anymore. I guess it doesn't matter. Considering that they removed it despite it being one of the more fun items in the game. Not really a force multiplier. Yeah, I mean, it's middling at best, I agree, but it's something, you know. It often means one less attack, you know, which is a lot versus Shrikes. I mean, it softens them up for when you're right next to them, and you really, really want to do everything you can to beat Shrikes as quickly as you can. I also like the fact that it, in general, the lamp just lets you, or cloud effects in general, just let you sort of do a lot of damage. Well, not a lot of damage, but do some damage over time, guaranteed. Like, you're guaranteed to do something, you know, unless you get super cucked out of Cloud Wand or Condenser Vein and get like a poison versus undead or something, you know. I'm always really stoked to set up situations in games like DCSS where I can get some kind of reliability out of the game, because it's so rare. It's so rare to see that in this kind of game, and it's becoming rarer as time goes on, as they change things. They want everything to have a big dumb RNG component. Here's another thing you can do, just pull them up one at a time. I'm willing to melee these dudes because I'm pretty buff and I have R-Core. Even if I didn't have R-Core, I'd probably be okay with meleeing them. It's a little dangerous for me to be going down and up here because of that Zot trap, but not that bad. Whoops, didn't mean to walk backwards there. Berserking is pretty goddamn dumb versus these guys, by the way, because if you do miss a bunch of attacks in a row and get paralyzed, you're pretty much just done. Oh, hello, Mark. Oh, hi, Mark. Curious about those shops? Me too. Uh-oh. Oh, uh-oh. What happened? You hear a loud Zot. It's happening, bros. Didn't actually trigger anything, but we could have been paralyzed there, which is exactly why I shouldn't have been stair dancing in that particular staircase. It's over, bros. It could have been. But we're playing a little bit fast and loose, you know. It's pretty fun, I guess, so. Very different from a street game. Alrighty. Digging. Probably don't need more digging at this point. We actually have a decent amount. Very sad not to be able to spam boxes of beasts, you know? Used to be able to get a whole ton of them. Well, the shops are all crap, you guys. We do have a nice little shop waiting for us up here, though. And a ton of money these days, so let's get all these scrolls. DCSS is not a game you should be able to win reliably. That means it's not hard enough and has broken mechanics. What? Do you honestly think that, Anani Badger? Or are you just trolling me? It's in the philosophy doc. You could just be Bobby Fischer, you know. Chess is actually, I don't know. You should be able to win every game of chess if you're good enough. the old honk, huh? Strange disturbance nearby. What could it be? What the fuck did I do? I dropped my Senv ring. Why did I do that? Yeah. Chess is, the player on the white side of the board has an advantage, I believe, because he goes first. But I mean, if you're much better than your opponent, it really doesn't matter. Check out that game yet. 5D extra dimensional chess? I'm afraid I haven't checked that game out yet. You know, did you know that there are people who have said that, Green Eggs and Slam, like, not as a joke? I thought you were joking, Honey Badger. Did not sound like a real game. I mean, it kind of goes to show that these people will never be satisfied. They're always going to need another crusade, you know? If you gave them everything that they wanted overnight, the next day they would find more shit to bitch about. The struggle's not over, you know? It's the kind of people who see their political adversaries and people that they view to essentially be demons. They see everything bad in the world under the shadow of every single rock, you know? And that will never, ever go away, to the point that you have people complaining about the way that chess has been set up since time immemorial. As though the colors of a chessboard have anything to do with race. It's absolutely... Well, I have some choice words for it, but I won't use them. You need to put on your shades, Green Eggs and Slam. Do the shades emoji. Yeah, that's right, Tony. You play best of 3, I believe, at the tournament level. So you'll often see... Oh, well, actually, I don't know what they do. But I know that you often see... people win when they play first, when they get to go first, and then lose when they don't. There you go, Green Eggs and Slam. Alrighty, guys. Do I want to full clear Zot for safety, or do I want to just rocket my way to victory real quick? I think I'm going to play Wild and Crazy, because I would like to win this game. You should full clear Zot, though. Yeah, let's YOLO it. Oh my god, that version of the Chad rules. Well done. Yeah, I've heard people say that you're supposed to, that it's better not to full clear Zot. They're completely full of shit. It's always better. Almost always. It's almost always better to full clear Zot and have a safer orb run. I'm not doing it now strictly because I just want to win real quick. Make this little kill hole here to... Sounds like a speedrunner strat. No. I've seen developers of this game try to claim that clearing Zot is suboptimal, and they're just completely out of their goddamn minds. Like, the only way that's true is if you shouldn't be in Zot yet, you know? Exactly. It's not just experience and drops, though. It's the fact that having a clear floor is just that much better for the orb run. At a minimum, you ought to fully clear Zot 4, because then you have staircases, which we are gonna full clear Zot 4. It was reasonable to dive when traps weren't insane. Well, I mean, it depends what you mean by reasonable. Like, I think it's still reasonable to dive if you don't care too much about your win rate. I'm just talking about what's optimal as far as winning as often as possible. Yeah, back when Zot 5 wasn't as hateful. Yeah. This is unfortunate. We got one of these dumbass, one of these stupid-ass Gamma Funk vaults. Probably the dumbest and worst thing in all of DCSS. Obviously we're not going to go in here. The only sane thing to do with these is to ignore them or bring a Convoker to clear them for you. To pull things out of it for you. But I killed all my Convokers because I didn't want to deal with it, so the journey goes on, I guess. Here we go, the most dangerous part of the game, aside from D1 through 5. If you win your first game and never play again, you have a 100% win rate at DCSS. Just make a new account and claim that you're new. Any step I take could be teleporting me into the lungs. So I probably shouldn't be going so fast, but whatever. I have gone ahead and excluded this off because I want to clear the area in front first. Hardcore Call of Duty account. Oh yeah, you die and then you delete your account. It's pretty based, Power Made Flesh. I wish I had done that. It's the only winning move. It's not to play. Okay, we're going to take off this exclusion. That used to 100% be the most optimal thing to do. Nowadays, however, I suspect it's not. Because things will not wander out. Things will not wander into teleport traps. You can't dick around out here. Nowadays, I have a feeling like it might be better to not fully explore this area because every step you take could just send you inside the lungs, which would be pretty miserable. However, just for my own satisfaction, I am gonna do it. Define lungs. Do you want to know what the lungs are? The lungs are these areas where there's shitloads of extremely nasty things. Some of the most powerful things in the game. Probably the most dangerous things in the game, aka killer clowns. Suffice to say, it's a place you really don't want to be teleported to. Orb Guardians are surprisingly tame, unless Berserk. That's okay. You were able to turn invisible. Wait a minute, what am I doing? Just go to anti-magic. Holy shit, dude. We could technically die here. Force Lance hits as hard as Crystal Spear. Or can. Oh, I was more amazed at the fact that he Force Lanced me even though I was just opening up a can of anti-magic on his ass, you know? We have no traps, that's kind of cool. Should get out of range of that dispersal trap. Don't want to see it, you know? Haliches can throw you a screen away. Yeah, they can just yeet you away from them for sure. Uh-oh, berserked me. Yeah, the net trap exploit still exists. I'm just too damn lazy to go hunting for my blink weapon, which I dropped a while ago, so instead I'm just walking onto them and hoping that they miss. Hey, Rough here, how you doing, man? Oh shit! Oh shit! It's the golems. Not the golems, bro. Okay, super anti-magic. He can still cast a few things. Crystal Spear, but we're fast on our attacks now. So we should be okay. Uh-oh, we're definitely within range of dying today. Elf of Trog. Hey, it happens. You can do it. Let's drink heal wounds to make sure we can't just die to him. We technically still can. He can do 144 damage. You gotta be kidding me. Whatever, I'm just gonna take the risk. He has Crystal Speared me so many times. You're gotta be shitting me. Okay. We have RF+++. So let me tell you what we're gonna do today. We're gonna let him trigger the Zot Trap, apparently. Okay. This should be fine. So just melee this. In fact, I'm gonna berserk him because I'm not marked or anything. Nothing seemed to be behind him, so we'll just do this madman strategy. Boy, it's taking a long time. I swear we do less damage than I'm used to. And my strength is not terrible. 25's not that bad. 10 stealth paying off. Based. Maybe I should have trained more axes just for damage, you know? Yeah, it has been a pretty fun stream today, hasn't it? Is it not possible for them to miss me? I thought it was still possible, but I guess maybe not. Okay, let's try to anti-magic him. Okay, the Zot Traps are being kind to me today. I think I'm getting cucked by the RNG low rolling me. That does seem to be correct. This guy is hasted. We don't know what book he has. It could very well be the LCS book. We also have Killer Clown coming in, so let's just make some bros here and make my life a hell of a lot easier. JK, Orb of Fire. Okay, we know that it's the joke lich. However, you know what's not a joke? This Killer Clown. It's time. Okay. The troll has defeated the clown. He got hit with a blueberry pie and silenced, and so his response was to bite the killer clown's face off and kill him. Run into the teletrap? Nah. No, we should be okay. Let me just... I have 8 potions of might. Let me just use one. I'll save my 3 hastes. This lich is already anti-magic, has a bad grouping of spells anyway, so as long as we just start hitting the Orb of Fire, we should be okay. They're really not going to do much to me. And my troll didn't get burninated, so it's pretty cool. Switch to Flame. Oh boy! That was a beefy bolt that just hit us. Bolt of Cold. Not a fan of pie. Yeah, he's on that keto diet. He can't have a pie. Okay, I'm less scared of these dudes than I ordinarily would be because it looks like they're alone. Clowns by themselves really cannot do a whole lot to me. The big fear is getting polymorphed or something when a true danger is around, you know. We also have, one of the reasons I use big shields is the fact that they can block this bullshit. And you'll notice that we're reflecting a lot of their pies. Mouth being too full of pie. Correct. It is wild and crazy that we're using a +0 tower shield still, but there's just nothing better. It's just nothing better, I guess. Should probably be using anti-magic for him to stop his blink. It's okay though, the pies killed him. Oh shit. That's like the 3rd Zot Trap that didn't go off. Guess I'm not complaining though. Okay, Okay, so the strategy that I've been using, I don't know if I really made this obvious or not, but I've been using my hand axe of Arlek and then swapping to anti-magic once I get up close to this dude. Look at that, man. I just blocked 4 attacks from him. And he hits 15 and hits for 15 and does an extra 22 if he does damage to me. Yeah, they all went into the chain. I think like 6 of them went into the chain. Typically I enchant tower shields or regular shields instead of body armor first. I went in the opposite direction this game. And I mean, in a sense it worked out because this character really needed the AC and no other particularly good armor revealed itself. I suppose I could have ended up in Quicksilver Dragon Scale maybe. And I ended up with more RF than I needed, but still, +8 chain is perfectly legit. 37x4 every in-game move. Haha, joke's on you. If I look at Electric Golem, you'll note that their speed is 16, so it's actually more than every end-game move. But yeah, if I had Arlek, it would do less to me. And they tend to blink around a lot rather than attacking you, so typically won't spend 2 turns getting hit. Although they'll just lightning bolt you from afar. Anyway, these guys are not, you know, they're no joke. You really want to have Arlek versus them or treat them as like an endgame, you know, super duper endgame threat. Even if you do have Arlek, they can do an enormous amount of damage, so a lot of people just sort of see the other major threats in Zot 5 and assume that they're safe versus Electric Golems because they're less spooky, but I assure you. Also hella bulky, yeah. This is a little bit scary. Let's do this. I guess I could Berserk, but that seems crazy. Do something even crazier then. 45 damage, oh my god, I actually could die here. It's probably okay. Okay, check it out. Oh. What? Wait a minute. Why am I... What the fuck is going on? This isn't a random blink. Oh, so... The orb effect doesn't stop you... That's wild. That makes the orb run like 1,000 times easier. And it makes Zod a lot easier too. What a strange... Wow, that's weird. Just makes Pog a little worse and Tele delayed? Well, how does it make Pog worse? Before you just couldn't cast it. So what is, what's the deal now? Yeah, it's weird to nerf the orb run. I guess I'm not complaining, it's just a little odd. It's a strange thing to do, because the orb run was already trivial in a lot of cases. This has been a long time coming. I mean, I never really liked the fact that the orb effect made blink random. At the same time, I mean, they had Zot in a place where it was really scary in a fun way. But that before they added clowns. I do agree that it was dumb, but I think that it was reasonably fair before the advent of clowns, you know? Okay, speaking of things that are dumb, I let myself get marked. It's time to use Scroll of Telly. Have we gotten... Yeah, I was going to say, have we gotten mutated? And the answer is yeah. Anything I care about? No. We really are getting low rolled. I bet you if we were getting the strength bonus from Berserking... Or wait, are we getting a strength bonus from Berserking? Yeah, that doesn't exist anymore. If Might, which is half of the component of Berserk, still existed in terms of giving you strength, I bet we'd be doing a lot better. Chug all 13 mutations like a true Chad. I'll chug some of them. Okay, the moment of truth and judgment. We just gave ourselves scroll-itis. That's not good. I don't know, guys. I don't think I can get rid of this nice mutation set. Although the RF plus isn't really doing a whole lot for me. I think we already have. Oh wait, no. No, we have RF plus. Yeah, we'll keep it. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna read Telly. 1, 2, 3. I'm waiting turns. 4, 5, 6, 7. Grab. 8. Well, actually, it's 9, 10. Perfect. So you start the telly first, right? Wait a few turns because Zot slows down your telly. Then you grab the orb and teleport almost instantly. There's a little wiggle room there, so you might accidentally trigger your teleport, you know, and the only consequence is you just walk back to the orb. I'm going to kill these guys because they are faster than me, and they throw fireballs at me as I'm walking away, which is just unpleasant. Although, I have running, so I should probably keep that in mind. I'm officially faster than almost everything on the orb run because of those boots. Let's go to D0. I like to kill things before I go up. It gives less time for things to spawn on the next floor that I'm going to. And if something really ugly does show up, then I can simply go up before it can follow me. Yeah, running boots are amazing. I'll usually go for resistance instead of them, but if I don't have the choice, you know, out of mundane boots, they're like the best. I'm on a staircase. Looks like we're going to have a pretty lazy orb run, I suppose. Bring back jumping? I agree. Hello. What do we got? Chaotic touch. We can't let him touch us, or we will get paralyzed potentially. But you know what? My god, look at the luxury. Look at the luxury. Unbelievable luxury of being able to teleport, or being able to blink on the orb run instead of random blinking. It almost feels, I mean, honestly, after like, it's been that way for years, right? After years of dealing with that, it almost feels too easy to be able to do that. Alright, the optimal way to deal with this guy. We're looking at like 45, maybe 90 damage if he does it twice and hits for max. Paralyzed is 47%. Technically he can't see invisible, but he knows where I am right now. We could blink away again, but I think I'm going to Ice Blast him to death. Oh, we're already on D1. GG.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
Thank you, Anoni Badger,
You
for the
fucking
rage.
pussy! Fuck you!
Hellion final boss. I mean, that chaotic brand Pandemonium Lord was no joke. It's just that, you know, he couldn't reach us, which is what the orb run is all about, making sure things don't reach you. All right. Well, nice little 4-rune game, you know. Someone trolling in the DCSS chat when you started was like, taking bets on how Malcolm will die. What? Do they not know who I am? Do they not know who I am? I don't lose this game. What are you talking about? I don't lose, I win. Yeah, Green Eggs and Slam. I mean, like I said, I made that as like a way to test. I wanted to be able to test being able to make audio and video show up for the alert. I am not going to do that, Green Eggs and Slam. That's not appropriate, sir. Can you bet on victory? That would be cool if you could set up like channel points betting, but I don't, even as the channel operator, I don't think there's any way that I can give people channel points. Otherwise, that would be pretty cool if you could do that. That's more of a Twitch platform thing that I can't do anything with. One of these days, though, I'll just host my own streaming service, you know, and we'll have all these neat little things. But, yeah, no, I am enjoying the new channel points alerts. I'll probably add a Battle Brothers thing there. Closest things have been completely separate site. Yeah, it's 100% Twitch stuff. But yeah, I'll add a Battle Brothers thing in there. I might like add a just random game of your choice, as long as it's like a free game, and I'll put that on my list of things to play. And of course, if you don't want to use channel points, you can always just give me 500 plus bits and I'll do whatever. But yeah, no, this was a fun run. This was a request from my friend Adort on Twitch. He's interested in DCSS, and I think probably didn't feel like playing Trunk, so he wanted to see some of the changes that have happened lately. And I gotta say, I'm not super impressed with them, but nevertheless, it's nice to see that I can still wring some enjoyment out of DCSS. On a Deep Elf Berserker, you know, you gotta play somewhat carefully, even when you're playing like a wild man. All you've learned is Deep Elves stink in melee. They're okay. Can you give a too long didn't read recap on the changes? I mean, the biggest one is the fact that food's gone, and there's a hidden timer in the game now that you have no idea, unless you're keeping very careful track on your own, when you're just going to instantly die. You know, 500 turns away from instantly dying, you'll start taking drain, and I guess that's your warning, although 500 turns isn't that much, and then you have to go to a new floor in that branch, and if there are no new floors in that branch, I guess you're just screwed, you know, because 500 turns later, you instantly die. Yeah, the ... what question mark is kind of the usual reaction to that dumbass change that I've heard. Didn't bother us on this playthrough in a tangible sense. You know, I didn't die to it despite berserking and resting a lot and stair dancing a lot and so on and so forth. I don't think it would really bother you in a 15 rune either. I think that the timer is turned off for Abyss, so you could just farm that if you felt like it. Not that that's usually necessary. But I will say that on like a psychological level, it was extremely unsettling to know that the character could just sort of die randomly at any moment if I spent too much time stair dancing and having no idea how much time that I had left. Yeah, it would cause problems on a mummy that's trying to take advantage of the old mummy benefit. There's like no reason for mummies to exist anymore. Fortunately, yeah, Mumo challenge is done in 0.15, so no, we won't have to deal with this nonsense. Anyway, if I were a DCSS dev and I were hell-bent on adding this timer to the game, I would at least expose it to the players so they have some idea of what the hell's going on, you know, in advance of 500 turns. Anyway, I had fun. I hope you guys did too. That's going to be it for the night. That was our Deep Elf Berserker of Trog. Until next time, I am signing out. Did you know that there are many ways that you can help support this channel? Read about them on rosecrypto.com/support. At Rose Crypto, you can learn all about cool things like the Brave web browser, Bitcoin, and other cryptocurrencies. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.